Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiance, almost 90 Day Fiance Saturdays with Shabooty, Geo, and Gina. What's good?
What's up? Yeah, so yeah, we're a little later tonight. It's not
You can
because of
you can
me.
blame me. You can blame me. Yeah.
Yeah, usually everything is my fault, but I'm gonna just say, like tonight, I was actually sitting at home in the bed watching. I've been watching DTF St. Louis. I just started that today, and then I looked up and I realized that it was like time, and I was like, "What's going on? I haven't heard from
Wait,
nobody."
wait, wait, like DTF, like down to fuck?
What?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. It's called DTF St. Louis. Is no one else watching that?
No, I never.
It's
No.
it's actually good. I don't want to ruin it, but like I started watching it today, because I'm gonna be in a fashion show, um, in a couple of weeks, like a runway show, and so I was on the exercise bike because I need to look like a snack and not a refrigerator. So I was like, I needed something to stream, so I was on HBO Max, and I was like, what am I gonna watch? So I put that on, and I'm like on the third or fourth episode, and it's not bad. It's actually not bad.
Is it about people that are down to fuck or something?
I mean, it's more so like a murder mystery
Hmm.
that involves an app called DTF St. Louis, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to give too much away because y'all might actually watch it, right?
Hmm.
It's like good. It has Jason Bateman on it, and it has like a bunch of like big name people. So it's not something that you might have to skip over. You might actually watch it, but it's no, I don't want to say that because I don't know what y'all are gonna do. I don't want to ruin it.
Sure.
Wait, let me see if I can stream it here.
You know what's back on TV that I wouldn't mind watching, but I'm being a Mariah about it. Is there's I guess I'll give him a free plug, but the newest season of like Daredevil is on Disney Plus now.
Oh, I've never watched Daredevil any of the seasons. I think the last movie that I ever saw was when like Ben Affleck was Daredevil. That's
So
just
no,
give.
this is better than the Ben Affleck one.
Well, I know because I hated it, and that might have set the stage as to why I'm no longer watching Daredevil is because that movie was awful.
True. Um, I don't know. Should we talk about topics or talk about other shit? What's what you want to where do you want to go first?
I mean, we can talk about whatever. I know I've been gone for a minute, and I do want to apologize to everyone. I've been getting a lot of DMs. I'm sorry. I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna be moving to a new state and stuff. So yeah, I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna be on a plane very soon again, and then I'm gonna be in New York, and then I'm gonna be on a plane again after that. So I can't. I never know where I'm gonna be. So I apologize in advance that I've been MIA. But once all of this gets done and set, I will be back on a regular schedule. So I just want everyone to know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I apologize though.
I know you were caught up in like the airport lines and stuff.
Yeah, I was in the Atlanta Hatfield Airport on Sunday, this past Sunday. I was actually trying to fly back home after being there for like 10 days. And I got to the airport at 6 a.m. My flight left at 10:40 a.m.
I
And
am so shocked. I am
well,
shocked that you
first of
got to the
all,
airport early.
First of all, Gina, that was all Bay. I was not interested in going to the airport, but she knew that it was going to be a mess. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I have Clear Plus. I have TSA pre-check. She was like, no, I'm telling you, you're underestimating. So I get to the airport at 6 a.m. and I have, an oversized bag. So it goes underneath the plane. So I have to go check it before I
A
actually
checked
can.
luggage? A
Yeah,
checked
because
luggage.
yeah, I was there for like almost 2 weeks, so I had to check luggage. I had other luggage, but there was some that had to go under the plane. So I didn't think anything of it until I got into the line to check my bag, and I was in that line for an hour and 40 minutes. And this is before you even go to TSA, right? So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
huh, because I was still outside because you check your bag outside. So I was like, oh, that's just weird. So I get into the airport and I'm like, where's the TSA pre-check and clear line? And the security guard is like, well, clear's closed. And then
Mhm.
he points me in the direction of the TSA pre-check line. And I swear to God, on my life, there was at least 8,000 people in that line. Because I was like, this doesn't seem like pre-check. This seems like regular. And they're like, no, that's pre-check. There's like three times more people in the regular line. And then I got a little nervous, right? I was like, I'm a little nervous now because I was like, I'm not going to make this flight. And I just had a weird feeling. And Bay texted me as I was in line and she was like, she was like, should I leave? Like when I was in line for the luggage, and I was like, why? She's like, I just have a feeling you're not going to get on any flight today. And she was right. She was right. It was just a zoo. I've never seen anything like it. If I was at a Beyonce concert, there were so many people in that airport. It was just insanity. It was complete insanity. And then my airline decided that since I missed the flight, they weren't going to rebook me. So they charged me $800 to book for the next day. So shout out to Avelo. You suck. I'm just saying.
What's
Mm.
available?
It's this airline that I fly. Don't ask. It flies out of no name brand airports for like $50. But like don't ask.
Mhm.
Oh, it's like an Allegiant, like it's a budget, very budget below like Spirit Airlines, basically, even
I
below
mean,
that.
it's not ghetto because it only flies out of certain airports, but like I use it because I how do I explain it? I'm on planes more than I'm on the ground. So if I use Delta and United and Southwestern American every time, I will go bankrupt. So I can't pay like $700 every time I have to catch a flight because sometimes I catch 4 flights in 1 week. So I just started using them because they only charge like $40 or $50 each time you get on. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Mhm. True. Should we talk about topics now?
Sure.
Yeah, we can do
Or
that.
you know what we could do is like, well, Gina, you do you have like the fan questions or something about?
Yeah, I do. I'll send them to you right now.
If you want, we could start
Wait,
with that.
we have fan
Yeah.
questions.
We
This is
have,
so
we have
Yeah,
cool.
we do.
super fan, super questions of like curiosity of origin stories and shit like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I get that.
it was because Captain was running a little late last week. We didn't know she was going to show up, so I came up with the idea. I'm like, hey, maybe we can do this instead, right? And yeah,
That's so cool. I have gotten GMs where people have asked me like questions like, how do you know Shabooty? How did the podcast start? Like I have gotten people that have asked me that. So I know that there's a little interest in, people. And I know that there's people who've been here from Twitter, and then there's people who were not here from Twitter. So I know that there's people who want to
And
know.
then I know like Gina was going back and listening to some episodes before her time too.
yes, I was. Well, I was listening to them. Well, when you were on Twitter Space, and then fine,
Mm.
yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that because some of the questions are pertaining that. So we'll get into that. But I
Yeah,
just sent you the questions, Shabooty.
like Gina, the with Twitter Spaces, like from my perspective, in terms of like getting the show uploaded, it was like a pain in the ass because Twitter Spaces didn't have like some export audio feature the way like Zoom does. So it was ridiculous. So after well, it would record the recording, but it was like on Twitter, on the Twitter app, so you can like you couldn't export it out. So like the way I would get the audio out was overnight. I would play back the audio like manually, and I would screen record my whole.
I remember when we first started on Zoom and George didn't want to, you had mentioned that like you would have to screen record it
Yeah, like I would
basically
end up,
manually.
yeah, I'd end up with like a 3 hour video screen recording of my phone overnight, and then I'd have to extract the audio from it. So it was like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was. And I'm against change, so I fought him tooth and nail for like at least a month or two. Because he was ready to convert over to Zoom, and I was like, I had every excuse. Like, how, like, if you're Justin Timberlake and you get pulled over and they want to give you a breathalyzer, but you have every excuse as to why you're not going to take the breathalyzer. That was me. I was just like, no, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? I was just trying to
So
get
basically, Justin Timberlake this week on TMZ News.
Absolutely. Exactly. And I was that. I was fighting him tooth and nail. Like if we were in a boxing match, we would have been boxing. Like I really did not want to do it. And actually, when we switched over, it was such a smooth transition. I was really mad that we waited as long as we did.
Like Gino, when we did that show, the first one where it was like Wild Wild West, and we posted the link like up publicly, and then we got like raided by trolls. Were you there for that?
Yes, I was. And you cut that off of the Spotify when George was trying so hard not to laugh.
Oh my God, that was probably the worst broadcast of anything I've ever done. Y'all know I've been doing this for a long time, right? And I have like a super professional face and I keep like as professional as I can. That was so hard. Like I
Yeah.
don't even know how we got through that. Watching the screen and then watching the comments and then me trying to keep it together was like the hardest I've ever had to work in my life. Like I really wanted to just lose it.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like I'm just I know like internet trolls, they're endless, but it's like who the fuck spends their time? I don't know if it's on Twitter or something, and they're like, hey, let's look for people posting Zoom links and then go rate it. Like they have nothing better to do.
Yeah,
Well,
because
yeah,
you had
'cause-
first put it on Twitter, the
Mhm.
link, the Zoom link, and that's how the trolls became trolls.
well, yeah, but what was crazy, those trolls weren't like regular listeners or anybody. They were just random people that I
Yeah.
guess typed in like Zoom, and then if anyone had a live link up, they just went and trolled it, which I didn't even know that there was like a group of people that did that until I knew, and it was crazy, right? Because even with that though, I still told Shabooty, I was like, it's still probably a smoother transition than I thought. I mean, we knew
Yeah,
that
when I listened back to the playback, you couldn't even tell what was going on
Yeah,
behind the
like I
scenes
edit,
or
I
in the background.
edited out all the chaos or something. But
yeah, it was insane though. But yeah, what was that? What was the COVID boredom nonsense? Oh, was that the COVID? No, this was not. That wasn't COVID. This was recent. This was like a year ago.
mhm. I guess Gina sent me the questions, the fan questions. So
Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, Canton says Tyler Perry tried to pay the TSA workers. Yeah, he was not there when I was there, but yeah, Tyler Perry did go into the airport and try to pay them thousands of dollars, which is considered a bribe. So luckily, he didn't get arrested. You can't bribe the TSA workers, so I'm glad he didn't get arrested for that.
okay, I'm just going. I haven't screened these, but anyway, let's go through some of these questions. It says, I don't know. This one isn't even about us, but it says, I know one of the listeners, Ty. Oh well, I think that's Gina right now. But anyway, I guess
That's me writing it.
yeah. Ty wanted to know how Burger King guy got his name. I mean, isn't it obvious he looks like the Burger King king?
I mean, yeah, it's self-explanatory. Shabooty made a meme of him as the Burger King guy, and I don't know if you watch a Burger King commercial, but the guy
Mhm.
who is wearing like the king suit.
The mascot.
The mascot, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. He looks identical to the guy, and Shabooty made the meme, and it took off. And that it's like universal now across the entire 90 Day universe. Everyone refers to him as the Burger King guy.
Yeah, I don't even know his real name. I just call him the Burger King guy.
It, it's Sean.
There you go.
Yeah, it's Sean.
Mhm. And then, well, maybe Gina could probably better answer this question, which says, like, they want to know the history of the strip club reviews, but like, I don't even remember the history.
I remember because I went back. So basically, the first strip club review was we found out, and this was I wasn't invited on I wasn't allowed to sit in the cool kid table yet with you guys yet, but I was still helping out in the background. So you guys were like level A, and I was like level B, or C at that point. And then we figured out that Matt worked at the strip club called the Landing Strip
Hmm.
with, I think Lindsay Ryder worked there too. So then we pulled the strip club reviews and I gave them to you to pull them. And then the week after, or whatnot, or maybe 2 weeks later, then we did like where Angela was at the comedy club.
Hmm.
We're in Toronto, and we did a strip club at where
Like, by the way,
oh
get closer to the mic.
we did the strip club review in Tijuana where what's her face worked at. So we figured that a lot of 90 Day World cast members have been in the strip club scenes, including in
So
France
wait,
too with Mina.
oh wait, hold on. So the very first time we did a strip club review was the strip club that Matt doormat worked at. So am I getting that right?
Yes,
Okay,
that
so
is correct.
and that's where he was the valet driver. Where I remember, and we
The
did the strip
landing
club
strip,
review,
yeah.
and the guy said that he parked there and no one was around, and then someone chased him through the parking lot and said that you had to pay $12. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then a few weeks later, we discovered the infamous, the famous triple X beast.
Hmm. And then, I mean, like, but I feel like I think I don't know if there's a correlation or not, but as far as like moments where I had like a laughing fit. The first time I had like a crazy laughing fit, it wasn't like a strip club review, but it was when we were reading like Kara's like OnlyFans captions, and I was like reading them, and I couldn't stop laughing. That was like the first time.
Yeah, you're right. And I think we got that after we did what's her name? Anako's
Mm,
OnlyFans. We were reading some of her captions and we were like, we should read other people's OnlyFans captions. And Kara's were the funniest ones I've ever heard. And I remember that. And you tried, it would be like 3 or 4 words, and you couldn't get 2 words out, and you would just lose it. And I think
No, Shabooty was also losing it with the first Triple X Beast review when it was like it should have been like 25 cents at the Players Club, and the strippers belonging to like a veterans something like that, and he could not stop laughing.
mhm. True. Okay. All right? The next question is, I'd like to know how Shabooty came up with his name. That's a question from Sherry. I've answered this on Twitter a million times, and the best way I could explain it, and I will say it's not, you know how like George like named himself Geo and Gina was like, no, you can't like give yourself a nickname. So yeah, I will say like this was a nickname given to me by classmates. It wasn't something I gave myself. But anyway, there isn't really like the only thing the best way I can explain it is like initially. I'll put it this way. Like I used to play a lot of basketball, like growing up, like in grade school. So when you're on the basketball court, you'll pick up nicknames. So I think first nickname was like Shaboo, and then at some point Shaboo turned into like Shabooty Booty, and then at some point I lost the booty in the translation, so then it's stuck at like Shabooty, and then I've had that since like elementary school, so it goes way back.
so. Wait, you said that it originated from basketball.
Just like you're on a basketball court, you're like playing with your friends, and like that's when like nicknames come up and shit. Um, so yeah, initially it was just Shaboo, and then it turned into Shabooty Booty, and then it stuck at Shabooty.
That's interesting. The funniest thing is I've known you for like a decade and I didn't know the answer to that. So
I didn't know either.
yeah, so I'm learning. I'm
Yeah.
learning because yeah, I've known you so long and I did not know that. A lot of people have asked me where it came from and I was like, your guess is
Yeah,
as good.
and nowadays it also stands for Shabu Teat.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's like the most recent definition, right? Like, but that's so cool because I never knew the origination of that name. I okay, so can I tell you what I thought it came from? I
Mm.
assumed that Howard Stern gave it to you.
True. And the funny part is like
Mm.
a lot of time when I was instead of like being 90-day focused, when I was like Howard Stern focused, I had like a good strip club connection in like New York City. So I'll go there and then the dude, he since my nickname was like Shabooty, he was like, oh well, we got to get you all the big booty like dancers. So he'd give me like the biggest booty dancers at the club.
You know what song comes to mind? That booty, 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 you're rocking everywhere.
Yeah.
Stop,
Oh,
don't you
yeah,
miss your booty?
that's Paul Wall.
Or it was like Petey Pablo or something.
No,
Yeah,
Paul
Petey.
Wall. Paul Wall.
Uh,
Okay.
Am I right, Gina? Or maybe you're right.
I'm
Petey
go-
Pablo or
I'm
Paul Wall?
I'm gonna Google it right
Yeah,
now.
Google it because Paul Wall is coming to mind. But then when he said P.D. Pablo, I was like, ooh, that might be right. So I'm not sure now.
True. So okay, that was that question. This says, I would love to know how Shibuti and George connected. That's from Lana. Do you want to answer it or me? I mean,
You? I don't know. We can both
there
answer.
is, I know people want like some fantastical story of like, like a histrionics.
Oh my God, we were both all wrong. It was Bubba Sparks.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
Bubba Sparks. Yeah.
Jeez, that's sad. We really need to do better, guys. We got to do better.
I should have known that because I've used that in like Instagram stories and shit. But anyway, no, to answer the question, there is no like I know people want like some fancy story or like some whatever, like the literal story is like we were just Twitter friends, and then back for God knows how long on Twitter, being 90 Day Fiance influencers, we were friends, and then when I started I think before Twitter Spaces, we did the Twitter community. So when I started the Twitter community, I'm pretty sure like George was like one of the first people that was like join, friend slash join the Twitter community as like, and then as like a moderator. But anyway, like we built the Twitter community up. Now it has like 7,600 members, but now Twitter's kind of dying a little bit. But anyway, initially it was just Twitter Friends, and it turned into the Twitter community feature on Twitter. Then it went to Twitter Spaces, and then it went to like the podcast. So I don't know. I mean, it's really not that much deeper than that.
Yeah, it's not. It's we have been talking for like years and years and years, just like on Twitter. And then eventually, like he said, it turned into that community where it was like a join community where we would drop like tea and insight about the show. And then that's when we started talking like more in depth, like one on one, like not just tweeting back and forth. And that's like when we got, I guess, closer. And then after that, we started the Twitter space. And then, well, no, but actually, the funny part is, I think you're the one that told me that we should do the Twitter space, right? I'm pretty sure you messaged me one day and you were like, if you're free, I was gonna try to do this Twitter space thing if you want to try it. And then we kind of talked about it for a month or two and never did it. And then
Mhm.
we finally did it once. And then I think we were on for like 3 or 4 hours.
True. Yeah, like one of my best friends, I think I did like before all that, I did like a test Twitter space with him, and we were talking, but then like he doesn't watch like 90 Day Fiance. So it's like after like 30, after like 20 minutes, there wasn't really that much more to talk about. But then yeah, and then and then I know we did it with you, and we actually had shit to talk about.
Yeah, it went on for hours and hours and hours. And the only reason why we left Twitter, honestly, was because there was no way to like replay it or to post it anywhere or to do anything with it. And I was like, well, because people would always say like, oh, I want to hear it back or I want to listen to it back, and we couldn't do it. So that's kind of why we ever left Twitter in the first place. Twitter is very generic. It's very behind in its technology. So
Yeah, it's like if people didn't have Twitter, like if somebody on Instagram said, "Hey, I want to listen to your podcast," and then but they're like, "I don't have a Twitter account," then they were kind of screwed, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, and you'll be surprised how many people don't have a Twitter. Twitter is like dead. Like so many people. Every time I say Twitter to someone, they're like, "Well, I definitely don't use that." Like every time I say it, or someone or Bay's like, "What are you looking at?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on Twitter," and she's like, "Twitter," and I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're aging yourself right now. Why are you on Twitter?" I was like, "Because it matters for certain niches. Twitter is like important, but for everything else, it's not."
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like a political cesspool, but yeah, I'm still addicted to it.
Well, yeah, I could never delete Twitter. Like I'm always gonna use it. I've been using it since, oh my gosh. I think I told y'all back in the day, there was a show called Hot in Cleveland,
Hmm.
and I was like obsessed with the show. And I used to talk about it on the radio, and I would always live tweet the show, and I was obsessed with it. So they were filming an episode of Hot in Cleveland. It usually filmed in LA, obviously, Hollywood, but on the lot. But they were filming a special location episode location at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because obviously it was supposed to be a show that was being shot in Cleveland, but it wasn't. And I used to tweet about it all the time. And the executive producer sent me a DM and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna be filming at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I know you live in Cleveland." He's like, "You should come out." And that
Hmm.
was the time I got to like meet Betty White and Valerie Bertinelli and Wendy Malick and Jane Leeves. And I got to like sit with Betty White and eat. And I was just like, wow, Twitter is putting me on the map right now. Because the only reason why
I
I was
love
even
Betty White. I love Betty White.
she's so
Mm.
tiny in person too. I remember like meeting her. She was so short, and I was just like, "This is insane. I can't even believe it." But Twitter is the reason. The only reason why I was there is because I tweet about the show all the time, and the handle for I
Hmm.
can't remember the name of the network it was that show came on. Maybe TV Land. I don't think it even exists anymore. But that the people who ran it noticed me, and they like at first they sent me like a bunch of signed scripts from the show. Like, each episode had a script and it had like all of the signatures. And then when they came to my city, they were like, "Oh, well, you have to be there and you can help like host it." And that was like the first big gig that I got.
True. Yeah, no, Twitter was the shit back in the day. I liked it when like before like the people that were verified were actual like celebrities and shit. And then when all the celebrities initially got on, they were very like social with fans, and like it was a lot of you could actually get replies from like cool celebrities and shit.
Yeah,
Excited.
yeah.
But now
Twitter
come on.
Twitter was the only platform where celebrities would answer you
Yeah.
back in the day
Hmm.
because that's why everybody loved Twitter. You could literally tweet. the biggest celebrity at that time period, and you could get them to reply to you. Or hell, sometimes they would follow you or retweet you, like, and it was insane. Because on Instagram, you can tweet anybody all day long, or not
Yeah.
tweet, or comment to anyone or DM. They're never gonna answer you. 9 times out of 10, they're not even going to read it. So Twitter was the only platform where celebrities were like interactive. Well, I can't say that because back in the day, MySpace, it used to be that way, but MySpace has been gone for so long. But back in the day, I think the first time I ever got a reply from a celebrity was on MySpace.
Was it
Yeah.
Tom?
Tom wasn't a celebrity, Gina. Tom was just the guy who created it. I mean, like real celebrities, like real ones. Like I think my first ever celebrity reply on Twitter was from Katy Perry, and then my second one was from Kim Kardashian. And Paris Hilton. I was just in every girl's DM. I was just trying to be in every girl's DM.
Or
Like one time, the great Shia LaBeouf DM me and he called me a tastemaker. And then I was like, well, Shia, do you realize, I know you're into independent hip hop. Do you realize I've interviewed all of your friends that are independent hip hop artists because he was into that scene and he wasn't aware of it. And I was like, dude, well, here's my blog. Here's like all these interviews I've done. And I thought that was pretty cool. But like I had interviewed all his like basically all his musician friends, and he wasn't aware of me, and I was shocked. But he still managed to DM me and call me a tastemaker out of the blue. So either way, I was happy.
That's cool because he's kind of in the news right now.
He's pretty out there.
Yeah, what's up with him? Like, there's a lot going on, and he won't leave New Orleans because I was like, maybe just leave New Orleans because you keep getting arrested there. Like, just go home, right? Like, at some point, you should just leave if you're just not going to behave, right?
I think he's an alcoholic, but that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, aren't we all to some extent,
Yeah,
right? Like, aren't we all?
I don't know. But anyway, okay, next question. Let's see. Okay, this says, I guess Sherry says, how did they get Gina on board, or was she the original? Well, I know Gina is like initially like, well, before I knew her as like George's bestie.
Yeah, well, Gina, oh my gosh, this is gonna go back. This is like a whole situation. So way back in the day when I had a podcast, it was
you
called
still do.
I mean,
You
I
still
still do.
do.
I still do. And back in the day, it was called the 90 Day Fiance podcast. And then I changed it over to the George Mossey show due to what do you call it? Conflict, whatever, copyright stuff. So I changed it over. And then I had like a podcast co host that, well, shoot, I've had a lot. And I had one that was really like really unstable, right? Like she was never available. And I put out there I was hiring a podcast co-host and I needed somebody who was, tech savvy, who understood the internet, who could research things, like basically Gina in a nutshell. And I got like a whole bunch of like messages and swipe ups and I was interviewing people and Gina messaged me and I'd already hired someone actually and she messaged me and she was like, I could do that. And then the person that I was working with, I was already working with, and then that person eventually became flaky too. And then Gina, I called her one day, like out of the blue, and I was like, hey, I need someone to do the show like today. And
Mhm.
she was just like, oh, and I was like, yeah, so can you do it? And she said, yeah. And then she was my co-host from then on. And it's been like years. And
Yeah, I was a guest co-host because some like life happens, right? So what would happen would be like I'd be the fill-in, but I would never want like I would always tell George, I'm like, are they okay with it? Like, have you run it by them? I was very Gina-like, considerate of everybody else's feelings, right? So then how I got connected with George was I was listening to another podcast or something like that, and one of George's other friends was doing an interview with him on his podcast. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta watch that. And then I started like hopping on George's podcast just as a listener, right? While him and his co-hosts would go off on 90 Day Fiance and whatever, and then sometimes he'd be like, I need to fill in, I need a substitute, right? So I was the backup. I was the backup singer. He was the Beyonce, and I was the Michelle.
well, it started out that way, and then she kind of became like a producer too, because she would go and research things and get information on topics that we were talking about. And then that's kind of how she transitioned to this show. Because I was like, we need a producer, like we need somebody who can research things in real time, like while we're live, while we're recording.
Yeah,
If we have a
like
question.
Bubba Sparks.
Yes, exactly. Like we needed somebody that is quick to the punch, and Gina's that. And so she eventually transitioned over to this show as a producer and now a co-host. And she's kind of just grown with us, right? Like she started
Yeah.
out. And Gina, that's so funny when you said that. I didn't know how you met me because I was like, I don't really know how we connected. So when you were telling that, that was like my first time hearing it. I didn't know how you heard about me in the first place. Like I never asked.
No, that was because you were interviewing somebody that basically did a publicity stunt on this person's well-being prior to, and you were close to them and you were interviewing them
Oh,
on
I
the
think I know who
podcast.
you're talking about.
And then
Oh,
I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that.
wait. Are you talking about when they did the publicity stunt or when I interviewed them beforehand?
Oh, you had interviewed them beforehand.
Right. Okay. Yes. Oh, I see. I didn't
And then
know.
I'm like, oh, I gotta like see what that's about, right? I never heard of this person before. I wonder what their shit's about.
Mhm.
That's so interesting because yeah, I never really asked how you figured out or found me or whatever. I never asked. So that's an interesting little tidbit because I learned for the first time how I became in existence in your world because I never knew that.
Yeah, and people like to give. I don't want to like dwell too much, but so there's like there's Gina right now, but then I mean everyone loves Coco, but like she's very busy these days. So there's like before Gina there was Coco, and then before Coco there was this we had this other chick. Her name's like Nico, and she was like our original female on there. And
Wait, is that alien ant form or ant something ant form?
it's like her handle was like Alien Ant Farm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine, but I haven't really talked to her lately. But she was our original like chick on the show, and she was cool. I think it's just like she had when she had like a really young kid. I don't know if she had one kid or two kids, but she had like really young kids, and like I think that was ultimately that was the priority, understandably.
Yeah, I lost my very first co-host, who was an excellent co-host. She was on The Bachelor as well as I think TLC, My Feet Are Killing Me. She's like on a bunch of shows. I lost her because she had her first kid, and a lot of people don't realize children are so much work. It's really hard for you to do anything other than to be a parent. It's like so yeah, it sucks. You lose good people to that, but the responsibility takes priority. When you have that kid, you gotta do what you gotta do.
True, but anyway, yeah, I'll always have a warm spot in my heart for Nico.
Yeah, she was great. I remember her. She was great. And I think that after her is when we picked up Coco, right? I'm pretty sure Coco was right after Nico.
Yeah,
Or am I?
Nico's what's funny too? Wait, I'm trying to think. Was it? Oh, you know what? Actually, there may be a little more to the story than I think about it, and it was really stupid in my opinion. But I think like because when you do like Instagram stories, like you have like your at handles and shit. If I'm wrong or whatever. So I think there was a time when I'm doing like Instagram stories. I'm not really like thinking that deeply or whatever. But anyway, apparently, I think there was a time where I did like at handle like Coco, and then under it I did at handle Nico, and I think she got pissed off that like Coco was above Nico or something.
Wait, is that really what happened?
And now that I think about it, maybe I don't know.
That's crazy. So just the order in which you typed it out, that's what ended it. That's
I
crazy.
don't know. Maybe allegedly.
I mean, but Gina, you know this. Like, there are times because when Gina used to fill in with me on my show, there were times where the other co-hosts would get like weird. They're just like, "Are you trying to replace me? Like, what is this?" And I was like, "Well, if you're not available, yeah, you like it. The show must go on." So
Yeah.
it's crazy how people like just how your name is written can make people like freak out. Like that's so weird. Like I feel like
I would always ask prior to. I'm like, are they okay with it? Like, have you reached out to them? I was always attentive and sensitive to other people's feelings. You're just like, yeah, they're fine. I'm
well,
like, okay.
because if they tell me that if they text or call and say, "Hey, I'm busy, I'm not going to record with you," then that I feel like that opens up the door for me to find a replacement. Like because there's like the show must go on. Like just
Yeah.
because you can't be there doesn't mean that the show won't continue. So but I come from the entertainment industry, so I know, whether unless you got laryngitis, if you lost your voice or you're dead, the show has to go on. So that's just kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, it's like an organism, and then if it needs to thrive, it needs consistency to thrive.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, it sucks that we lost her. I mean, we don't know that. This is allegedly, but if that
Okay,
is
yeah.
what happened, because we never meant anything by that at all. I feel like I always refer to the show as we're all a family and there's all intricate moving parts and we all play a role. So no one is more important than anyone else. I feel like the show works when we have all of the parts working together. So I hope she didn't feel that way because we all felt like she had a very important part of the show.
True, but I think the bigger issue was, like I said, the kid. I think she had like two kids. One was super young, and then I think she had one of those, when the baby daddy is not very like active and helping around raising the kid. So I think she had her hands full.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That can be when you got one kid on one arm and one kid on the other arm and you're trying to cook at the same time. You're not going to get a lot of else done, It's going to be a lot of work.
True. Okay, let's go to the next question. I think it's the last one or something. It says, hold on, I got to read these in advance. Let's see. I don't really understand this question, but I'll read it as it's written. Also want to know why I don't hear George's podcast with Gina as his guest host, question mark. I would like to listen to that too. And that's how I got to meet the great Gina for the first time. Question from Lana. Like, I don't understand what's stopping Lana from listening.
Oh,
No, I
well,
think because George has been. Yeah, I'll let you answer that, George.
yeah, no, Lana's 100% accurate. The podcast has not been on schedule in, oh my God, Gina, so long. Like, it's very sporadic. I mean, I used to record on the same day at the same time every week, no matter what. And things have been a little crazy. Last year there was a lot of drama. I had a death in my family and I took a break, and then there was drama. I took a break, and then I came back, and then sporadically I was back, and then I fell in love, and then I just stopped. So yeah, Lana, you're 100% right. I am not on my game. There's no set schedule. It's sporadic if it's anything is even posted at all. So you're right, and I do need to get back on it. And Bay yells at me every single day for not sticking with it because consistency is very important. So yeah, I'm gonna get back in. But now that I'm about to move and all this stuff is going on too, and my daughter's about to graduate, I can't promise anything. But once I get settled in Georgia, then I swear to God, I'm gonna get back on it like I am. I feel really bad too because I know that there's so many people that message me and DM and tweet, and they're just like, "What is going on? I need new episodes," and I feel so bad because I know that it used to be like this thing. Like I could be sick, I could have sore throat, I would still record. And I've
Mhm.
gotten like so lazy and procrastinatory, so I feel bad. But no, Lana, you're right. I got to get back on it. I miss you guys. I love you guys, and I'm not gonna quit. Don't worry. The show will go on at some point. I promise.
True. All right. I think that wraps up the questions.
Oh, Lana says I found his podcast on. Wait, why can't I see this? I found his podcast on Spotify, and I've been listening to the older episodes of both his show and this one. Oh yeah, I have like over 485
Mhm.
episodes on Spotify, because the podcast started in like 2020, and then I started putting them on Spotify in 2022. So
Mhm.
there's like almost 500 episodes on Spotify, but none of them are recent. I think the last time I posted a new episode was a month ago. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it was about a month ago.
And I think if you want to get technical, if you do go on Twitter, you can technically find all of our old like Twitter space episodes. You know how you could actually find them pretty easily? If you go to my like old Instagram stories, the pin stories, you know what I'm talking about? If you go through my old pin stories, I think I linked to all the like Twitter space episodes. So if you really want to go back, you could find them that way.
Oh, I didn't know that. They're very classic, right? They're amazing, and I call it the magic of the podcast. Is where it kind of all started. And I think the Loren interview Like, but there's like a lot of them that happened on Twitter Space that were just insane. I can think
Oh
back.
my God. I recently listened to that Loren interview and I was trying so hard to contain myself at work. I could not. I'm like, no, I can't. And I've listened to it already, but I was just like hearing Coco like
Mm.
fucking just lose her shit like from laughing. I could not. And then Captain was like, I'm only going to be on for a few minutes of the whole show, the whole fucking
Yeah.
show.
I think that episode was probably so. Remember, I said the worst episode of me trying to keep it together was our very first Zoom. I take it back. Trying
Mm.
to keep it together, I think it really tested my professionalism and every college course and my degree. It was I was tested on that show because I just couldn't keep it together.
And, and then you just asking follow-up question after follow-up question after follow-up
Well,
question.
every time Lauren answered a question, it opened 14 more questions. Because I was like, well, I would ask him a question, and then his answer was so confusing. I had like 700 more questions after that because I was like, well, because I said, you're the only person I've ever interviewed where I know less about you than we started. And I've been talking to you for 2 hours because nothing that he said made sense. So I was like, every time you tell me something, I'm more confused than when I started.
Yeah, I mean that interview was like so classic, but like to me, for the fact that like Sharp Entertainment let Lauren go, and I know he's like a loose cannon, but to me that just strikes me as almost like being like lazy at your job because you're like, well, it would take a lot of work to wrangle him, but so I'm not trying to do that work. So we're gonna throw that fish back in the sea. It's like, how can you let that crazy guy go?
Yeah, I do think that him being let go was a bad choice. I don't know who signed off on that. I think that the drama that he brought, because Shabooty, recently you interviewed him on the show and you posted it, and then you posted like videos from him, and the attention that it got was insane, completely through the roof, way more than any attention that anybody else from a current season has gotten. You did a follow up on Lauren, and I want to say it had 50 to 100,000 views or something, and you were talking about people that are currently on the season and people are don't even care. So I think, yeah, they really missed the ball on that. And whoever decided,
I personally think it was like because Lauren, like you said, is a loose cannon, and he becomes a liability for production, putting production at risk as well, like getting on a ship with pirates, like just
Yeah, he
like
walks out of the room with like buck naked and shit.
yeah, he becomes a liability
well,
basically at that point.
refresh my memory. Was Lauren ever at the tell-all? I know.
Yes.
Did he do a tell-all? Because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he did. He did. I remember that like he was wearing this like very silky type of like what
Mm.
the hell like where did you get that from? Value Village or something type of shirt. I
Okay.
remember.
Was he unhinged on the tell-all? Because that's what I was trying to remember.
I think maybe production might have talked him down from being unhinged.
No, I think yeah, I don't. It's the fact that we don't remember means he was pretty like tame.
Yeah, and that's not like him at all. So I'm assuming that either one, they told him beforehand what he could and couldn't do, or two, he did whatever he wanted and they edited it all out. Because I know that Lauren would have, did whatever Lauren does. When Lauren is Lauren and he's Lauren in. So, and I don't remember that. So I'm assuming that maybe that's part of the reason why they let him go too, is how maybe they couldn't control him at the tell-all, and they're like, well, he's too loose of a cannon for us to deal with. So maybe that been an issue as well.
True, and yeah, and you were right. When I was posting the more recent videos with him and like Gene, they were blowing up and going viral and all this shit, and all this everything I was doing was blown up. And the only reason I kind of stopped posting it was because like I get pissed. Anyway, Gene all of a sudden was like accusing me of like quote unquote stealing her videos. But I like, for example, the Walking Dead video, I put like new music on it and I put a little caption on it, so I didn't just straight up jack her video. But as soon as he started like accusing me of stealing her like content, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to post it anymore. Fuck you.
Well, first of all, you have more followers than her. So if you are posting her stuff, you're doing her a favor because who is that? Like who's gonna be watching that? If you didn't tell people to go watch it, nobody would have went to watch it. So at this point, she should be like, "Thank you for putting me on the map." Because let's just be real, who was watching that before you told them to? Nobody.
True. And then, oh, that is one of our top. Let's get into our topics. So one of our topics actually was Lauren, and I know he did post a new video, but I think the question mark for me was in the video, it seemed like the Gene chapter was closed, but then somebody in the comments said he was still showing up like in Gene on Gene's page like that day. So I'm still a little foggy on that.
Well, I saw something where he said that he was leaving where he was with Gene and he was asking if there was anyone nearby,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I saw that.
that he could like I guess live with or be with. I don't know. I never know what he's asking. I always need follow-up questions. But basically he was saying, I'm done with Gene if anybody wants me now.
Mhm.
And I was just like, you just kind of go from person to person at this point. You just put out a PSA like, hey, anyone who wants to bang me for free rent, let's get it going. Like
By the way, he did DM me like a couple of days ago. You want me to read you the DMs or something?
wait, yeah, what were y'all talking about? Yeah, I want to hear it.
It's not that exciting and it was very random, but hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Um, okay, here he DM me out of the blue. He says, "Hey, I'm trying to do more episode reviews. I'm having a hard time finding episode 3 for season 7 of Before the 90 Day Fiancé." And then I replied, I said, "Are they not on HBO Max or Discovery Plus question mark?" And he says, "I don't have those to rip from." And that was the end of the conversation. So it seems like he's looking for like episodes to do like episode reviews to as like content, like social media content. I don't know, but that's what he's up to now.
Oh, so he's kind of gonna do reviews of the episodes that he was on.
I assume so. Maybe he's trying to do like what's it called when you like he wants to do his own version of like Between the Sheets or some shit.
Like
Right. Yeah,
commentary,
like
his own
commentary.
commentary. Or...
Yeah.
That's always kind of fun though, because when they go back and they like explain to you what was going on behind the scenes when filming, I always am a little interested in that. Like I hate to say this, but sometimes I do like watching Between the Sheets when they kind of give you a little more insight into what happened behind the scenes. Because I always wonder how we got there. That's kind of how I'm with porn. I need to know like how did we get here? Like I know they're banging, but I want to know how this happened. So that's how I am with the regular episodes too. I'm like, well, how did we get to this point? And then the Between the Sheets will do that. So watch that. If Loren wants to come back and do some recaps on the show, I mean, anything that Loren does is hilarious. But if he wanted to do like explanations of his episodes, I would probably watch it.
True. This is like super random and it wasn't on our topics list. And I also don't want to say exactly who I'm talking about because I didn't get permission to say their business in the streets. But I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you the name. I'll tell you the first name publicly, but I'll text you the last name so y'all know who I'm talking about. And I'm probably going to botch the story. So this is probably a stupid segment, but I'm going to give me 1 second. I'm going to text you something. Okay.
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 I'm very confused. So yeah, I have no
Okay,
idea.
okay, I just texted you your name. So, y'all know like there's a Jennifer that we're friends with, but I'm not gonna say which Jennifer. And I don't know the full story, but there was this crazy story she told me where she got a new job, and I texted you the name. But apparently she got a job, and my ears like sprung up because she said she got a job in Fresno, California. Um, and apparently she had got some job from Fresno, California, and she like loaded up her U-Haul, went from Oklahoma all the way to like Fresno, California, started her job for like the first week, and then like literally the first week into her new job, I don't know exactly what happened, but her employer was like, "Yeah, we can't afford to pay you, so we're gonna have to end the contract immediately." So basically, she moved her whole life from like Oklahoma to like Fresno and basically her job like collapsed in a week, and so now has to move. She's going to move back home to her Oklahoma, and that was like a crazy nightmare story that I heard. And I'll put in the Patreon. I'll tell y'all who I'm talking about, but publicly I don't want to say who I'm talking about, other than it's a friend of the show named Jennifer.
What? I haven't seen her online in like God knows how long. Does
Mhm.
does she not post anymore? Because I don't see her on my timeline. Either that or she blocked me. I never see her. But that's insane. The fact that, but if she signed a contract for the job, I wonder if legally she can sue them.
I don't know. It might have been one of those like what's it called? When it's like a temporary contract or it's not like a permanent thing. It's like
Oh, a temporary shoot. I know what you're talking about. It's basically where it's like a set amount of time and you're a temp for that time. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if you don't violate the contract in any way, then they would have to pay you for the duration. I mean, but you know what? I don't know the laws
Yeah,
because
like and admittedly, I don't know I don't I'm not up on the facts. Like I don't know all the like details of exactly I don't remember exactly what the details were with the employer. All I know is she like for her she got all her whole life in a U-Haul, drove like 30 hours or some shit. She said from like Oklahoma to Fresno, and we all know Fresno because of Lana. And
yeah.
apparently the shit hit the fan at the job or something. And then she's now so like so she doesn't have her job anymore, and now she has to go back to fucking Oklahoma.
Well, wow, that's insane. And I didn't realize that she was in Oklahoma because remember she was in New York with the
Hmm.
one friend for a while. Are we allowed to say the other friend's name?
I guess go ahead. The
Her
first,
name her name is Randy.
yeah.
I remember that she was in New York with Randy because they were filming Pillow Talk in New York. So I never know where she's at. She's kind of all over the place, but I would be really upset and I'd get a lawyer and I'd try to sue somebody for that because that's no joke. Like hiring someone and letting them move to you across country and I mean, like you said, we don't know if it was like a direct hire, temp hire, temporary job. We don't know all of that. But the fact that they just sent her back home a week later, I would try to sue somebody.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare for me because that's a lot of fucking effort.
Well, right. And what if she wasn't living with friends or family and she like broke her lease? If
Mhm.
she had a lease
Oh
and then
yeah,
she,
I think there was. I should probably go brush up on the details, but there was some story where like, yeah, like I think she. No, I think that's kind of what happened is because again, if you're going to move to a new city, let's say you get a 12, I don't know, 12-month lease for your new job, and that the job ends, you still have the lease that you're fucking on the hook for.
well, right, because if you break a lease early, there's like penalties. Sometimes it depends on your lease, but sometimes you're responsible for the rest of it, or you're responsible for 2 or 3 months, or you're responsible until they can rent it out. Like it's expensive. Like you don't want to be playing around with those leases. They ain't playing with you. And it can go on your credit. It could ruin your life, right? Like it can ruin your life. So it's not something to play with.
But normally with contract work, it will state that they can fire you at any point in time.
Yeah, like at will employment or something.
Yeah.
Mm, that sucks. That sucks.
Anyway,
See,
we'll try to get her back on the show though soon.
yeah, I would love for her to tell the story like in depth because I would love to hear all of the details and everything.
Yeah, that was a random. I just had to get it off my chest, and I didn't get permission to share it or not, so I didn't say your last name. But anyway,
Yeah, we didn't. Y'all could figure it out, but we didn't say who it was.
true. Anyway, let's go to the topics formally. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay, let's see. So, okay, like we don't have to like go like super in detail, but anyway, there was the new 90-day OG, aka 90 Day Fiancé vanilla trailer that dropped. So I guess I just want to talk about whatever couples that jumped out at you on your memory.
Oh, well, I don't remember anyone's names, but I do remember there was like a couple
Mhm.
where it was like a chicken, they were like rednecks. That stood
Yeah,
out to me.
that's the one that's
Mhm.
Yeah, that one just it kind of jumped out of the TV and smacked me across the face. I was like, this one is gonna get my attention. Like it was only like 20 seconds of their story, but that's like the one that really stuck with me. I was like, I'm definitely interested. And it kind of looked like the person that came over to the US was like a honorary redneck as well. Like he
Turkish
was
pie or some shit.
yeah, so I was just like, yeah, this one is gonna catch my attention. I don't know why, but it's just funny when people come over to this country and they're like foreigners or immigrants and they're like really patriotic
Mhm.
or really into Trump and it's like, man, y'all didn't do any research before you got over here. Like at all. Like I'm just saying, like you should have at least researched what you're getting into.
Yeah, I could read you real quick there. That was the only couple that I like that I was interested. I'm not saying I'm not interested in the other couples, but that's the only couple that I was interested in, like from the 30,000 miles in the sky view. Um,
Well, they only give you like 15 seconds, so you don't have a lot to work with. But yeah, that's the one that jumped out at you immediately.
But they did the same thing with Maudie too.
What do you mean?
Like the trailer when they did the trailer on Maudie season or whatnot, it was the same thing. They showed like the redneckness basically of
Oh, what's her name? Stevie's dad.
Thank you.
Yeah, Stevie's dad, and he was kind of I don't know if he was MAGA or what, but yeah, he was like they basically showed that he was super American, and he was like, because I remember there was a scene where they were like, he was like, "You want to be with a Muslim or whatever," and I was like, "Ooh, this is getting a little racist," like okay, this is gonna get my attention. So yeah, you're right, they did do that.
But this one though was a little more over the top than the whole Stevie thing. This is like,
Oh yeah, definitely. This is just like, oh shit.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
in your face, like they try to make him look like trailer trash and shit.
Oh yeah, it caught my attention right away. I'm just excited that there's all new faces.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know about new, but somewhat new to
Well,
TLC.
I think Gina, you were telling me that one of the people has been on TLC before,
Hmm.
just not on this show. And I didn't even realize that that was like allowed. Like I didn't know that you could have done other shows beforehand. Like I know you can do other shows after the fact, but I
Well,
didn't.
we knew Amani was on a Netflix show.
Well, yeah, but that's a different network. Like I didn't. I thought that you at least had to be new to TLC.
Hmm.
I thought that they had standards, right? Like, because you know how when you're applying for a job and it says,
It's
"Have you
just
ever?"
TLC. Standards go out the window.
Well, if you're applying for a job, they always ask you that question, have you ever worked for us or any affiliate of this company
Hmm.
before? Like you would think that they would ask that just so they're getting fresh faces, but they just hired this person who was on Say Yes to the Dress. I mean, I would have never known that because I don't watch that, but just nothing gets past Gina. But you know what I do watch, guys? This is off subject. Bridezillas. That show is really good. Off subject though.
Well, I know since our last conversation, you went back and already finished watching all the Godfather movies and Scarface, etc.
That is inaccurate. I haven't watched any of them. I've been out of town. Like this is my first weekend in my house, like in this state in a while. So yeah, I haven't watched it, but and you know what? I could have today actually, but I was watching DTF St. Louis, so that's my bad. But I did tell some of my friends and stuff that I didn't watch it, and they said they're gonna plan a watch party to get
Mhm.
all of the Italian gang movies out of the way. So I will be catching up at some point.
Yeah, that's a rite of passage as a man.
Well, guys, okay, so I have to always remind people I was raised by my mom and my sister, and there was no male influence in my life. That's why I'm kind of like not like gangster. Like I was raised by women, so like I never got that man gangster influence in my life. So that's probably why I need to watch these movies. And because if you don't walk into the room and intimidate people in the room, you're probably missing some Italian mobster traits. So I need to get that.
True. And then real quick, as far as the redneck couple, I'll just read you the quick like blurb on them. It's Mallory is a wild southern force of nature, fell hard for Rasset, a dreamy boat captain she met during a girls' trip to Greece, but bringing Rasset home to her small rural hometown proves challenging as he struggles to connect with Mallory's outspoken friends and navigate life as a foreigner. Tensions rise when Rasset asks Mallory to help support his parents financially back home. When they finally discuss the future, including a prenup and starting a family, their different points of view result in their fairy tale future slipping away. And
Oh,
they're both 29 years old.
oh, so no age gap. Do we know what state they live in? I'm assuming it's
Oh, like
somewhere.
Alabama, and he's from Turkey.
Okay, Alabama checks out. Because I was like, it's got to be one of those like southern. I was thinking Louisiana or Alabama or Arkansas. So yeah, I figured it was one of those.
The part that was funny to me is like I've heard of like Athens, Georgia, but I've never heard of Athens, Alabama, and that's apparently where she's from.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either, but I'm just assuming it's just some tiny, small town that no one goes to. It probably has like one red light
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
Gina, if you find any strip clubs in Athens, Alabama, let us know. I'm sure they're ratchet.
Do they even allow strip clubs in Alabama? Because I feel like those southern states are very Bible Beltish. So
Mhm.
like in those little tiny towns are like really who are we talking to? Wasn't there a girl named Devin who was on the show and she was telling
Yeah,
us like in her small town they couldn't even have bars or strip clubs. She had to drive like really far away just to get to them.
a liquor license. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that those tiny small southern towns they don't even allow that.
Yeah, like that's a good question and a good thing we'll have to figure out.
Yeah,
The
we'll figure it out.
nearest strip club to Athens, Alabama, they're all in Huntsville, which I've heard of Huntsville, Alabama.
See, the smaller the town, because guys, remember, I grew up in Louisiana. So the smaller the town, the more Christian Bible Beltish it is. The big cities like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, that's where you could go out
Oh,
and get drunk and see naked people. You couldn't, like, if you lived in Houma, Louisiana, or Lake Charles, Louisiana, or I'm trying to think of another small one, Zachary, Louisiana. You couldn't go do that because those are like little tiny Christian towns.
Mhm.
well, on the 2020 census, which is not bad because I thought it was going to be like 500 people. It's 25,407 people.
Oh, that's not considered a small town. I think under 15 or 10,000 is a small town. That's a medium size.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
True. So anyway, though, that's the only couple that stuck out to me. I think there's like a Nigerian dude too.
Yes, there is. There is. There's always
There,
Nigerian
there
representation.
always is.
Yeah, Nigerian representation is like a must on the show. For some reason, that's a country that we're continuously always in. I think Lisa was there right now on this season. Like someone is always trying to marry a Nigerian and bring them over to the US. It's just part of the 90 Day Fiance lesson plan.
Yeah,
There-
and there's a lot of.
There's quite,
So go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I was going to say there's quite a few football players that came from this place.
hmm and then I was gonna say like Gina was doing all sorts of research, so like and sending stuff, and there's a lot of posts. There's a lot of like content I could that's all sitting in my camera roll that I could post about these new cast members. I just haven't gotten around to it or been inspired yet, but there's a lot of shit already out there like that's worthy of being posted. I just haven't gotten to it. So stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, there will be a lot more tea coming.
Yeah, it is. It's a little annoying though, like when if they're not on a like, meaning like if they're not on the present day season, when you post about them on social media, like no one really gives a fuck, understandably, because no one knows what the fuck it is. So it's not gonna get like a lot of likes or traction. So I don't know. So anyway, but either way, I'll try to post some stuff. But once the show starts, it's funny. It's like if I posted stuff today, like tea about them, no one will give a fuck. But if I posted the identical post when the season starts, all of a sudden it'll get a lot of traction. So.
Well,
It's
yeah, because no one wants to research the tea. They want to just know what it's
Mhm.
about. That's why when TMZ posts something about a person you already know who they are, you're like, ooh, this is juicy. But because if you go down in the comments of a TMZ post and they post about someone and no one knows who it is, all the comments are, who? Why do I care? This isn't a celebrity. Is it a slow news day? Because
Like kind
nobody.
of like when Carr was on TMZ, they're like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Exactly, exactly. No one wants to research the news. They just want to know what it is just on the first headline. So, yeah, when you post something, even though it's going to be extremely important later, it's kind of like when the teacher says, pay attention, this will be on the test later. If you were to post a T now, it's very important for a later date, but people don't want to study for the test.
True. So anyway, we'll dive into like in the future we'll dive into more of that. But we don't really need to like go through the nitty gritty of all the cast members yet, but we'll get to it eventually in future episodes. So let's go to the next topic, which is as far as like B90 and single life. Let's just talk about again surface level like things that jumped out at you. So the thing that jumped out to me, memorable things, was like Elise, the scene with her like five purses sticking out. That jumped out at me. And the other thing was when Lisa visited the uncle for the second time.
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah. When she needed to get her lesbianism approved by the uncle so they could move forward. Which I was really confused because it kind of seemed like the episode I saw before this one, Daniel was like checked out. He called her evil. I think he called her the devil. Like
Mhm.
he was like, "Don't even come near me. Don't touch me." And then all of a sudden he's like, "Well, let's go see if my uncle says it's cool so we can move forward." I was like, "Well, that's way different from the vibe I got last week." Like maybe he had some time to think and he's like, I'm this far deep in, maybe I can just keep going,
Mhm.
with this green card situation. Because at first he was just like, don't even come near me. You're the devil. And I was like, damn, it don't get any worse than that. You can call me any name in the world, but don't call me the devil. That's crazy.
Like the part that jumped out at me in the scene with the uncle was when I didn't like Lisa at one point like get on down on her knees and to beg and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like at some point it became like way over the top, and I was like, man, this is like phony overacting. Like, give me a fucking break.
Well, yeah, didn't we research it? And most of the people in her storyline are actors anyway. Like, it's all dramatized. And I think that this Lisa situation, because we know what's going to happen. Like, if you follow Lisa on social media or whatever, we know what's going on. So all of this it's all overly dramatic and dramatified.
Yeah, I mean, but I will, as fake as it is, those scenes, I will say it is a highlight of the episode compared to all the other storylines.
Well, just seeing how tired Lisa's wig is gonna be in every episode is enough to keep me watching. Because like it seems like her, and I think I gotta go back to Captain Sweet. I don't remember when it was. I think I was in Georgia when I read it, but it said that Lisa's wig was on life support. And
Mhm.
I was reading it and I was in a public place and I read it and I just started laughing freaking hysterically. It was just crazy. And that's my thing. I only watch her scenes to see how tired her wig looks on any given day, right? Because the wig looks like it's been run over by a tractor, set on fire, put out, and then dried out on a clothesline outside. Like it always looks like it's had the roughest life. Like her wig is like a crackhead who just recently stopped doing crack. Like it always looks like it's dead. So that's my whole thing. I just tune in to see how crazy she's gonna look in each scene.
I think in the preview of the next episode, it had them doing like the goat like ceremony, but I'm trying to remember if they kill the goat or not.
I don't remember seeing the preview.
Hmm.
So I think I watched it on streaming. So when the show ends and
Hmm.
it goes immediately to an ad, I turn it off. So when the preview comes on after the ad, I never watch it.
True. So anyway, there's some scene with a goat, but hopefully they're not gonna slaughter the goat.
I hope not. I think when Kim was on, she bought them a goat.
Hmm.
So I don't know, but different things for different people. Who knows? I hope they aren't killing any goats. That's not, I mean, we know what they do with goats over there. They do kill them, but I don't want to see them kill it.
True. And then I don't know if we want to switch to single life, but as far as single life, I don't even remember what happened in single life. Well, it was the one when Kim said to her new son that she has a daughter as well, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
So
Sophie meets Pedro's mom and Psycho
Mm.
sister.
well, those are different shows, right? But yeah, those things both happen. So yeah, Sophie met Pedro's mom who asked why she wasn't banging her son. And they went to Nicole. Well, we were saying it's Nicole. It looks like something else. Her birthday party. And she got into a huge argument with Sophie, which I don't remember what they were arguing about actually. But Pedro put her in like the back of some van and told her to go. So I'm assuming things aren't looking great for them. Well, we know they're not because we saw that Pedro was already dating somebody else before the season came out. But we saw that. And then, yeah, Kim met with her son Larry and his wife and her grandbaby and told them that he had a sister. And I don't know. I want to say that scene was the last scene of the episode, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, all I know is this season, again, I'm not talking crap about anyone individually, but generally speaking, this season of like single life has been kind of a dud.
Well, it's really weird because the single life is supposed to be focused on people dating and finding love, and I feel like that's the least recurring topic of the season. Like with Kim, it's been more so about her journey with her kids. Like
Hmm.
I know we saw her date, well, she had the booty call with B, and then she had the date with Joe, who it's so fucking obvious that that was set up because that dude is not her type, right? So that was clearly done by production or whoever set that up. So I feel like the show has lost what its roots were. Like the single life was actually people going out, meeting people and dating. And I feel like that's not because Sophie meeting Pedro, that was set up, right? Like, let's be real. They didn't accidentally run into each other. That was set up. So, like, I feel like we're just watching a bunch of
Yeah.
recurring bullshit.
Yeah, like to go along the lines of what you're saying, it's like I'll give you a comparison. Like you're right. So Kim went on a date with the nerdy ass cornball brother. Obviously, there's not gonna be much chemistry there because she likes kind of like prettier dudes, you know what I mean? So
Rappers, exactly. Rappers. Yeah.
So I'll give you an example of those. Like obviously that's bullshit in terms of like there's not gonna be chemistry there. But then and again, I know she's not a friend of the show any longer, but at the same time, when Big Ed was on Single Life initially, when he did see like Liz, that was someone he was like fancying for or fancying, and there obviously he has chemistry for her. So at least like did something like that where it's like, oh, the sparks are gonna fly, assuming she can stomach him, versus like Kim being on a date with a cornball brother. So it's like at least like something real was gonna happen,
Well,
assuming
yeah.
Liz can hold down her gag reflex.
Exactly, exactly. It's just I feel like the show has lost its kind of like the other way has just turned into a segue for people to get onto other shows. Like no one is actually moving to another country. They just fake it. Like she kind of faked that she was gonna move to
Mhm.
Turkey. She was never moving to Turkey. She has a daughter here. Like she was never going anywhere, but it's just a segue for people to get onto other shows. Like so instead of us watching the other way, cancel the other way because it's not even a real show at this point. And I feel like the single life could be canceled at this point because isn't that just the hunt for love? Right?
Yeah,
It's the same thing. Like, why do we have both? Like, we don't need the single life and the hunt for love. That's literally the same fucking thing.
I agree. And like it feels like how there's the NBA, which is like the professionals, and then there's like the G League, which is like the developmental league. And it just feels like the Sunday night shows, which is like right now it's like B90 before the 90 days. It seems like the Sunday night shows is like the NBA, and then the Monday night show spin-off shows is like the G League developmental league. And like I don't know if they have different producers or what, but it seems like whether it's the other way or the single life now, and it's not just like the last two seasons, it's like whatever has come on Monday nights has been kind of like trash in comparison to the Sunday nights. And I don't know if it's just like their B team of producers or what, but the shows that come on Monday have been like lackluster lately.
Well, yeah, I agree. Do you remember when Warner Brothers acquired the 90 Day franchise and they kind of went on a canceling spree? Like they
Mhm.
canceled the Family Chantel, they canceled Darcy and Stacy, they canceled David and Annie, they canceled Lauren and Alexi. I feel like it's due time for them to clean house again. I
Mhm.
think that there's too many shows. They're lackluster. They're not bringing any actual what's the word? They're not bringing anything positive to the franchise. It's actually just I feel like it's filler. They're spending thousands and thousands of dollars for filler shows. They should go back and slash it again and just go back to the roots of 90 Day
Mhm.
Fiance. Like that's what we want to see. We don't want to see the same people dating each other on another show. And I feel like they've lost the vision of what made this show last for almost 12 years. Like they're
Mhm.
losing it.
True. And then I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in this statement, but like like Love Island, most of the women on like Love Island are, babes or whatever. But I feel like in 90 Day, I feel like they're lacking talent in terms of like attractive. I can't speak on men, but attractive women and stuff. I don't know if you agree with that.
Well, I always believed that this show was not about finding hot people. It's
Mhm.
about finding regular, everyday people doing something stupid with their lives. Like, I've never believed that the person needed to be hot for me to be interested. Because when I look back at it, back
Mhm.
in the day, a lot of the women on the show were just normal American working women. Some of them were overweight, some of them had,
Mhm.
brown hair, blonde hair, gray hair. Like they were not models, and it still kept your interest. So I think the premise of the show, it's never been about pretty people. Like Love Island, the only way that show process works is when you're looking at and casting pretty people. There's
Mhm.
no other option or process where that show will stay on the air if it wasn't extremely pretty people. I think
Yeah.
this show, the premise is more so a regular everyday person like Gino in a relationship with somebody who looks like they're out of their league, and
Mhm.
and that was the whole premise. It's like, oh, this person thinks that they're in love but they're actually getting used. They're getting taken advantage of, and that was kind of the premise of the show. So I think that they've lost it by casting people that are pretty, because
Mhm.
those people are more so trying to just be influencers and do TikTok lives and get gifts. They're not really bringing anything. Like for instance, what's her name, Emma, was on this
Mhm.
episode and she went over there to be with, oh shit, Azied, and then that didn't work out. She had a backup plan where she thought she was going to be with Muhammad. Like she's just looking for whatever she can do to get to influencer status, right? Like the idea that she went over there was, she's like, well, I got this dude and then I got a backup dude. It just shows that this was never really about her getting married to anybody specifically. She just wanted to be on TV.
No, I agree. And I think the part that I find annoying though is like it's influencers, but even the influencers, they're not even that high, which is kind of funny to me because at least on Love Island, they're influencers, but they're hot. But on 90 Day, they're influencers, but they're not even that hot.
So I kind of feel like the people that make it onto 90 Day are the Love Island, Love is Blind
Rejects.
rejects. Yeah, they probably applied for those shows and didn't get on. And then this was, the bottom of the barrel
Then
list that they could
this
get.
was the next best thing.
Because
Mhm.
being on any TV show is better than being on no TV show. So yeah, I feel like the people that we get, like they might be considered pretty, but Love Island wouldn't even review their application. They would be an automatic no just based on an initial 1 second glance.
Mhm. True. So okay, let me look at the topics list. Let's see. Oh, I wanted Gina to do like the F Mary Kill I posted, which is Gina. So F Mary Kill. Okay, it was beer can, it was Icky Ricky, aka Rick, and what was the other one? And the last one was like the Indian dude that Vanja was dating. So F Mary Kill.
Okay, so I think I replied to your post. So marry the
Tony was the guy there.
yeah, the Tony guy because
Oh, the
he's got
doctor.
money.
Yeah, he's a
The
doctor.
doctor, the hiding behind his sexuality, but whatever, allegedly. Who did I say that I wanted to kill? Or K, I didn't need to say the K word out loud. Um, F
I
beer
would
can. As long, oh,
wait.
I said, wait, I have a reasoning behind
Okay.
that. I
Okay.
said F beer can as long as it's in Turkey so I can be a UN ambassador for Turkey. Marry Tony because of the money and we can go on shopping sprees and travel. And Ricky, no explanation needed.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
we know you have a Turkish fetish.
you do.
That's right. So when I go there, like Captain, she was the UN ambassador. I will be as long as I can F Mert in Turkey, then I can be the UN ambassador in Turkey to find that other guy in Istanbul selling street corn.
Hmm.
So you're willing to take one for the team in F beer can.
You can.
But then as long as it's a one night thing and then I can hop on to the next.
I mean, one night would be traumatizing
And
enough, right? Like,
exactly. Well, 10 minutes would be traumatizing enough.
All you
I,
gotta for beer can, if you want like a good sexual performance from beer can, you just gotta say, "Hey, just fuck the shit out of me," and then I'll give you like $1,000 to go gamble with, and he'll go crazy.
Fuck no, he'll have to give me $1,000 to sleep with him.
I feel like for him, you could just say, "I'll give you $50," and he would try to give you the night of your life. I feel like his price is pretty low.
$5, $5. Like,
Or even say like, "Hey, lick my asshole, and I'll give you a scratch off."
uh,
Oh,
exactly. There you go. $1. There
And
you go.
no one clip, please, no one clip that quote because out of context.
yeah. Out of context, post of that would be a very uncomfortable conversation that you would have to have at a later date.
True. So, anyways, I guess that answered. Thank you, Gina, for answering the question.
No problem. I got to explore my options while I'm in Turkey. You're in
Mhm.
Turkey.
I mean, yeah, when you're in Turkey, you better be under the knife, right? Like, isn't that what they said about Laura? They were like, she went to Turkey for all that time and didn't go under the knife. That was like a waste of a trip. If you're gonna go there, you got to get something chopped off or reshaped or sucked out, right?
Mhm.
Well, I was thinking getting sucked down, but whatever. I'll kill three birds with one stone. That's not a problem.
True. Okay, next topic, which is Hunt for Love season two T news. So I guess I shouldn't say I guess I was the one that broke this news of Michael returning back on TLC for Hunt for Love season two, and I spilled it to you that they're filming in Puerto Rico presently, and they're filming for the next 3 weeks. That's my tea. Since then, it came out that Emma is also there, and also I've heard that Cara is there. And I have another name I'm working on, but the other name I still want to hold it to the close to the vest to make a post about it. So that's the latest tea.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you finally released it because I've known about one of them for a while now, but I was sworn to secrecy. So I'm just glad that it's out. It's out there for everyone because it eats me alive when I know things and I can't share it. So I'm just glad you put it out there.
True. And then I know you're friends with Angela. So if anyone thinks George is my source, he's not because he's tight with Angela. So why would he want a story out there that may upset Angela? So, but yeah, that was a hot story of the week.
Yeah, very hot story. A lot of people are surprised to see Michael back filming with the show because Angela's not filming with the show and they kind of dropped her like a bad habit. So a lot of people are surprised. I put a comment out there on one of the posts and I was like, I'm surprised that y'all are picking sides in this. And then people were like eating me alive. They were just like, oh, you're an idiot and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna drop somebody, I feel like they could have dropped them both. That's
Mm,
just my opinion. Like, if you feel like, because I feel like he scammed her, like nobody came to this relationship with clean hands. So I feel like it's weird that you would pick one or the other. I feel like if you're gonna drop someone, you drop them both.
mm. But
That's just my opinion.
before I knew that Michael was going to be on Home for Love season two T, remember when after his divorce was finalized, and then he posted the video message, and then I think the TLC 90 Fiance official account branded it with the TLC logo and reposted his video. And I was like, oh, as soon as they started like rebranding his videos and reposting it, he's definitely going to be back on the air because they're like covering up
Mhm.
with him.
Yep, I knew because I was like, man, that's so weird. That not then it was like literally right when his divorce was finalized, they were like ready to film with him, ready to put him back on. So it's clear whose side they've been on this whole time, right? It's been very clear.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm working on one other name. I think it's valid T, but I haven't posted it yet. So we'll see what happens. Um,
Oh, but I wanted to ask because I never really got to ask this to you before. Do you want to see Michael back on the show? Because I'm not trying to be rude, but Michael doesn't have much of a personality. Like he's not really funny. He's not really interesting. He doesn't have a lot of depth. Do you think he's gonna bring anything to the show, or do you think it's more so just the shock value of him being there?
Shock
like
value.
it would be funny to see him like hammered on tequila and, like talking to chicks.
I mean, I kind of feel like Michael doesn't have any game.
Hmm.
I could be wrong, right? We've only seen him with Angela, and they were together, for a long time. But I feel like Michael doesn't have any game. Kind of like remember when we saw Usman on his season of Hunt for Love, and we realized that Usman didn't have any game. He didn't know how to talk to women. I
Like
feel like,
when Usman was on Hunt for Love, his aura like disappeared.
well, right, like as long as it was an older white lady, he knew exactly what to say. But it was like when there were women younger than him or his age,
Mhm.
he was like gameless because I was like, damn, man, you don't know how to talk to women at all. Like at some point, I thought you would have picked up on at least how to flirt, like Jesus Christ. So I'm just wondering how Michael is going to react to dating women younger than him because I think that it's a lot easier to, especially a younger guy talking to an older woman, you don't have to try as hard because the older woman is already interested because you're a younger guy. Right. So you don't have to put a whole lot of effort into getting her attention because the fact that you're younger than her has her attention, right?
True, but then also though like Michael, he's not like a prude in any way. Remember when he was like remotely working a vibrator for Angela? So I feel like they're gonna get him to do some like sexual shit.
I mean, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's gonna be the highlight of the season and his personality will come out. Like maybe since he was married and he was in a relationship, and maybe that he was being a little tame, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
single Michael is gonna be way more interesting and untamed than married Michael. Like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's gonna be completely different.
Yeah, I know your team, Angel, but I am excited to see Michael on there. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I thought you know what I thought the question you were gonna ask me, aside from Michael, I thought the question you're about to ask me is if Kara is on like Hunt for Love season two. I thought you were gonna ask me like, is it gonna upset me if I see Kara like making out with a bunch of dudes and shit? They're fucking dudes and stuff.
Oh, well, no, I wasn't
Well,
gonna ask that. I mean,
well, given that reaction, maybe you are.
yeah,
You said fucking dude, so yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna piss you off.
Well, now that you said that, now I feel like it is going to bother you. But keep in mind, she was always banging Guillermo, and that didn't seem to bother you. So I didn't
And
think it was gonna.
everybody else.
By the way, I did stumble upon like a couple of things from our OF, and they were pretty uh, surprising.
Well,
Stumble.
okay, so
I wonder how you stumbled magically
wait,
upon that.
I
I
don't
have
know.
questions. I have questions because I remember when she was on the show, she told us that she did no nudity. It was all implied and classy. So I just have some questions for you. What type of images did you see?
I'm wondering if I should say it or text it to you or what.
Well, okay, so wait, how did you obtain the images?
I don't remember, but somebody on some forum or message board in the comment section are like, "Oh, if you want to see her stuff, just go to this site or something."
Okay, send me that. Send me whatever you're discussing now because I haven't seen it and I would like to be more
Let's
educated
just
on
say,
this
let's just say
subject.
she's not a prude in any way, shape, or form, and I'm pretty sure she's a three input woman. And yeah, I can go deep. I could go.
Wait, because she
See,
told
George needs this for research
but
purposes, right?
wait,
When he,
she told us when we interviewed her previously that she didn't show anything.
No, she's like riding a dildo and shit like that.
Good Lord! Wait. Hold on. What? That is not what she said. She said that it was implied nudity and you wouldn't see anything.
No,
wait,
she's riding a big black dildo with a suction cup on the floor and shit.
What?
wait, George. Didn't
I
you say you were first going to sell feet pics on OnlyFans, and then you're like, well, that perspective has now changed because money talks.
No, I didn't say that. I said that I was starting out that way, and then if the price is right, then there could
There
be
you
other.
go. The price is right.
Yeah,
There
the
could
money
be
was
other.
right.
Yeah, like I do want to get a white G-Wagon. So like if the price is right and somebody wants to see more than a toe, it's open to discussion, right? It's open to discussion. I'm not saying that it's a done deal, but it's we can negotiate, right? Like and I negotiate as long as you're not a terrorist. We can negotiate.
True. So anyway, long story long, I was shocked at how she's very up for anything, seems like.
I'm just trying to figure out why you haven't sent me the link yet.
Offline, I'll
Okay, yeah, because I need to see what you're referring to for research purposes, just so I'm aware so we can discuss it offline in the group chat.
true. So yeah, I was a little taken aback.
So am I. And like that is not what I was told. So I am very shocked. And the fact that that's going on and no one has sent it to me or said anything to me about it to this point is also shocking because whenever something is going on, I'm usually the first or second to hear about it. So the fact that
Well, you're with your bae. I don't want to throw a wrench into your whole situation.
you're probably right because I have like hundreds of DMs because when I'm out of town and I'm doing stuff, I don't even like check my phone. So people actually might have sent it to me and I didn't even notice.
True. So anyway, that wasn't on the topics list. I just blurted it out. But anyway,
I mean, damn. That I need to see it. But anyway, let's move
no, no,
on.
no. So I'll even tell you one other thing. Well, first of all, I will say she looks exquisite. But aside from that, there's also one where she's using like a vibrator up her asshole.
I'm sorry. What? What? This is getting even more crazy at this point. Like, what?
Yeah, she's a wild chick. Anyway, next topic.
Yeah, we're gonna need to change topics immediately because if not, I'm gonna go Google this and find it already. Like, we gotta
Well, I
change
think at this
topics.
point you might have to pay for it because to get the full. Anyway, so anyway, that's going on, people. Hopefully, and she's one person though. If we can get her some additional subscriptions, I'm not mad at it. I'm happy for her.
Well, yeah, we're definitely not judging. We listen and we don't judge here. We're just saying I'm just a little surprised because that's not what she told us previously. Don't get it twisted. I'm not judging. I think that she can show any part of anything that she wants to show. That's
Mhm.
fine. I'm just surprised because we were told something different.
Yeah,
George, I found it.
we thought she was prim and proper. Oh, you found it?
Yeah, okay.
You
Yes, I
found it?
did.
How did
Yes, I
you
did.
find it? I'm just curious. What did you type? No, don't say it. But I'm
I'm
just
not
type
going to
it out.
say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I will send you a private message.
Yeah,
Well,
just
even though I saw it, send it to me too in case it's on a different site because my site had I had to go through hoops to make it work. Let's just say that's probably the reason.
Oh no, Ma, I didn't have to go through no hoops.
Okay, wait, send it to me because I think it's a different site. Because the reason probably I didn't send it to you because my site it wouldn't work until I like jumped through some hoops and it was like a pain in the ass and it was unreliable. Anyway, all right,
well,
let's move on though for now publicly. Um, okay, so yeah, Hunt for Love season 2 should be fun, especially with that party girl there. And let's see. Oh, and I guess we already talked about the Loren thing. So I guess we're down to strip club reviews. Oh yeah, the one Gina, yeah, that's I think that's a site I saw it on. So anyway,
yeah,
Nice silent.
I'm not gonna look at it right now because I need to concentrate on strip club reviews, and I cannot have like coochie in my face and concentrate on anything else. So I'm not gonna look at it right now, but I am gonna look at it.
true. Yeah, next time we talk, we'll get you a review or something.
Yeah, I'll do a review of the OnlyFans, and I'll tell you guys exactly what I think of it.
But yeah, let's just say like she's a full-on damn near porn star, but solo porn star for sure.
This is crazy. Like this is a new revelation for me. This is not what I expected to hear today. This is so crazy. Like I did not expect this.
True. All right, Gina sent strip club reviews, and there's a lot of them. So I think
Huh?
Gina, is there like 60 reviews or something?
Yeah, but some of them are very short.
One sentence
So
or something.
we'll go
Oh,
through
so
it real quick.
there's some one-liners. Oh, guys, while you're doing that, I want to tell you I purchased a t-shirt press and a hat press, and I am going to be making shirts and hats. So I
Mhm.
need to get everyone's catchphrases and nicknames and stuff because I want to start getting our merch made. So I'm actually really excited because I'm gonna press a hat that says I have questions on
Mhm.
it with like a cartoon picture of me on it, and then I'm gonna put it on the website and see if anybody wants to buy it. But in just for any research purpose, I'm gonna wear it, obviously. But and then I'm gonna get everybody their little catchphrase on their hat and their shirts. I'm really excited about it. Just give me a minute because I have to learn how to use the press
Mhm.
first. But from what I've been told, it's not rocket science, so it shouldn't take too long.
True. No, that would be lit.
Yeah, and then Patreon subscribers will get first dibs. So if anybody wants to buy a hat or a shirt, they'll be able to do that in Patreon. And then eventually we'll set up like a store somewhere, probably on my website, where people can go and grab merch. And then hopefully sometime this year we can do a live show somewhere, right? Like hopefully, fingers crossed.
True. Yeah. Either.
Vegas.
I don't know if we're big enough for Vegas. Isn't that where people do residencies? I don't know if we're big
Yeah,
enough.
we're not 90 Day Bad Boys big yet.
Yeah, we're not at that point. We would probably have
Wait,
to.
hold on a second. We can get more people to come to Vegas than they can to attend Josh's birthday party and not charge people $200.
Well, no, we would definitely not charge $250, but we would probably start out somewhere like Athens, Alabama. Like, I mean, I don't know if we're big enough for Vegas. Like, maybe we could do like Baton Rouge,
Or
right?
maybe like where Tiffany lives, Frederick, Maryland, where's a
Yeah,
red.
we could probably do Frederick, Maryland in a bar. Like, I don't know if we can sell out like a whole venue yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we'll be in the corner of like a brewery or some shit.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll have like a private room at Dave and Buster's. Like I don't know. We're getting there, but we're not there yet.
Maybe Danielle, the like smelly Danielle, we could just like borrow her apartment or something.
Oh yeah, we could do Ohio. Ohio.
True. Are you ready for the reviews? Hey, then you ready for the guessing the place of the review place, the strip club?
Okay, yeah, let's hear the name.
Okay, the name is Sonny's, and I think the name is actually a clue, but it's spelled Sonnys. But if it's spelled the other way, it'll give you a clue of where it's located.
Sonny's
Yeah, so where is it really sunny?
in Florida.
Guess again. It's like,
Okay. Sunny. Uh California.
no, but you're closer than Florida.
Arizona.
Correct.
Phoenix.
No. Okay, I'll give you a clue. This city is named after a character on Friends.
Okay, so there's Rachel,
Hmm.
Ross,
Hmm.
Chandler.
Chandler, Arizona.
Oh, Chandler, Arizona. Okay, I've never heard of it in my life, but cool, cool, cool.
Okay,
Is it like close to anything or is it like in the middle of nowhere?
that's a Gina question.
Yeah, Gina, where's Chandler, Arizona?
Oh, fuck.
I've heard of it though.
Oh,
I've heard of it though. So
okay. It's not important. Let's just get started.
okay, yeah, we have like 60 reviews to go through.
Yeah, it's not important.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so if it's one sentence reviews, I may just like barrel through them or something, unless you want to chime in. But anyway, this is from Sam. It says, change the name. Sorry, it says change the name. The Happy Hippo or Blondes with Sagging Bad Boob Jobs. 1 star.
The Happy Hippo? Jesus.
This is from WEC. It says this place needs a bailout or to be burned down. 1 star.
Oh.
This is from Mayhem. It says this club should be shut down. Don't waste your money to see below average women. 1 star. LOC says straight up dump. 1 star. This computer nerd says, is there a rating below poor? 1 star. Even
Jeez.
the computer nerds are bagging on the place. This is from No Fan. It says this: if this club had any real competition, it would be closed within 2 months. 1 star.
Oh,
Uh,
so it is in the middle of nowhere because there's no competition.
mm,
Yeah, so it's close to nothing. So it's this place or no naked women at all.
true. This is from Peter Griffin. It just says nasty. 1 star. Bobby Joe says this place is shit, not the shit, just shit. 1 star.
These are actually comedic gold. They're
Yeah,
short, but they're actually hilarious.
yeah, I like that Bobby Joe one. That could be a song parody.
Yeah, it actually can. I would listen to that song.
True. I mean, my favorite is like, remember, I can't remember the last like strip club review I turned into a song, but if you like listen to the song and then you listen to our episode where that segment comes up and you hear it and then listen to the song, you're like, holy shit, that is like brilliant because it actually did turn out into a perfect song.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that strip club reviews make excellent song lyrics. A lot of people don't realize it.
True. So this is from Disappointed. It says Band-Aids have dancers with more class than this shithole. 1 star. I don't know. Is Band-Aids like another strip club? Because that'll be a fucked up name for a strip club.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I don't know because I was like, I wouldn't go to somewhere called Band-Aids, but
Yeah, that'd be weird. Like, yeah, I got my dick hard by this band-aided girl. Anyway, okay, next review is from Officer Nasty. It says dirty, filthy, nasty, rotten club. 1 star.
Okay, so is it wrong that I want to change my nickname to Officer Nasty now? That's like the best name ever. Like I don't know, I settled on Geo too fast. I want to be Officer Nasty now.
That should be
Okay, there is a strip club called Band-Aid Show Lounge in Phoenix.
that's it. Is it a strip club?
Yeah,
Then that's probably it, right?
Band-Aid.
yeah.
Well, we should do that one next because I feel
Uh,
like there's gonna be some stories about that place.
True. Okay, next one is from Andres. It says girls only attempted $20 lap dances on a Tuesday. No good. It should be $10 lap dances for a Tuesday. 2 stars.
I'm sorry, $20 lap dances sounds like a steal. Like saying it should be $10, it's like they're just giving the coochie away. Like, do you want them to make any money at all? Like I've seen strip clubs charge $100 for a lap dance.
I mean, New York City though, they're like 20 bucks, so I don't know.
Are they?
Yeah.
I I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to bougie places. I've never seen a
they're
20.
just going to bougie places. I've seen
Yeah.
the strip clubs like here for like $50 for a lap dance
Yeah,
last
if
time
it's
I
like
went.
50 to $100. I never gotten a
Yeah.
$20 lap dance. I would have gotten four of them for 20 bucks each.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is like the song is like a minute and like 30 seconds, so it'll go by so fucking fast. You're gonna end up spending more than 20 anyway. But anyway, all right, next review is from Ass and Tits. $10 ATM fee. The ATM fee was an immediate 2 stars off. That's more than a Vegas strip club, and this is no Vegas strip club. Beers are $5 each, which is kind of the norm in clubs, but not in a club in the middle of BFE, which is probably why there was only like 10 people in the club on a Monday night. There was about 10 chicks working the floor, two of which were reasonably attractive. The door fee is $10, not bad considering, but they nail you with the ATM and drink costs. Overall, I'd say don't waste the time. It's seriously not worth it. And this is coming from a guy who loves strip clubs. 2 stars.
Yes, it is, because we've done reviews with his name in it.
True. That was Ass and Tits 5.
Oh, I like that name too. See, I should be more selective
You
of.
could be Ass and Tits 69.
Yeah, see, that's even better. Ass and Tit 69, or I'm Officer Nasty. I think I'm sticking with Officer Nasty. Like honestly,
Mr. McNasty.
I'm gonna get a shirt and a hat made and like a cop badge, and it's gonna say Officer Nasty on it.
You're gonna get your bae to call you that?
Actually, yes. Actually, yes. I'm gonna make that happen. Hopefully.
Mhm. Okay, this is from Semi. I don't know if that's short for like semi aroused, but it says, "Don't go here. Ugly dancers, 1 star."
Ugly. Wow. Okay.
Next review is from Pizza Man. It says, "Me and my friends actually laughed at how disorganized the piece of POS piece of shit is. 1 star."
Hmm.
Poor. This is from username Poor. It's a good thing this pit is in the middle of no place. I guess a crappy stripper club is better than none. It's pretty crappy though. 1 star.
I agree. A strip club is better than no strip club.
This is from Homer. I don't know if it's Homer Simpson, but it says, I was there last weekend. I probably should have known it was going to be a bad time when the parking lot was empty. Very few customers and even fewer girls. I was told I had to sit by the stage even though we wanted to sit in the back. 1 star.
Damn. I mean, why would you want to sit in the back? The naked chicks are by the stage. Like, what are you doing if you don't want to see them? What I don't know. I have questions.
True. This is from First and Last. It says, I had an obviously drunk girl start doing a dance for me, parentheses, without asking me for it, then demanded $20, or she was going to have me thrown out. I paid her and left anyway. Walking out, I asked a fat black guy if he was the manager. Quote, no, I'm not the manager. I own this place. End quote. I told him what, sorry. I I don't know why I told him what happened. Quote, well, you don't get a dance. You got to pay for it. Or wait, oh, sorry. Well, you get let me start over. Quote, no, I'm not the manager. I own this place. End quote. I told him what happened. Quote, well, you get a dance, you got to pay for it. End quote. Said, I'd never come back. And he actually laughed and said, quote, does it look like I need your business? End quote. What the fuck? That was my first and last trip to Sonny's. 1 star.
Wow.
That could be, yeah,
I don't know.
that could be a little comic strip conversation.
Well, yeah, I kind of feel like I want someone to draw up each like scene because I
Mhm.
can see the fat black guy. Like, do you think I need your business, bro? You know, like I could see the comic strip taking place.
I bet you I can get AI to like make that into a comic.
I
But
kind of want you to and post it. Like, I kind of want to see like a comic strip.
hold on, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that screenshot to make a AI thing of it, cartoon of it. This is from Rod. It says, not to be confused with like Rod, like his boner. Anyway, it says this place kind of sucks, but they do always let my 19-year-old cousin in without checking his ID, so that's good. 1 star.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
this is from Never Again. Touche. He's an ass and he's running the club more like a well, trashy girls, all a little too willing to go that extra mile. No class, no manners. 2 stars.
So what's wrong with the girls that want to go all the way? I mean, if you're not in a relationship and you're at a strip club, I kind of feel like that's the goal, right? I don't know.
Hmm. Okay, that's the first batch of 20. On to the second batch of 20. This says this place used to be really shit. A lot of Mexicans and cowboys used to go there like 10 years ago or so. Then it got to be pretty good for a while. Now it's back to being shitty and overpriced. 1 star.
That got a little racist, but okay. Just a little
Could have been a
racist.
lot worse. It could have
Yeah.
been a lot worse.
True. This is from Mikey C. It's not to be confused with Mikey B of 90 Day Fiance fame. This says, in spite of the bad service and way overpriced cover and drinks, me and my friends had a great time. This is without a doubt one of my new favorite hangouts. The shit you can do in the VIP room and get away with is well worth it. Overall quality of dancers is a 2.5 at best, but quality of dances is a 9.5. Little tip, some of the girls will wait at the Circle K after hours looking for a little extra work. Wink, wink. Just don't pay them in advance.
Oh, okay.
1 star.
Wait, why is it a 1 star? I thought he had a good time.
I don't know.
And there's a little.
Maybe he got an STD.
Well, he said don't pay them in advance. Maybe he paid them in advance, and then he said, "Let me go do like a coochie wash in the 7-Eleven bathroom," and then she left out the back door. Oh
No,
wait,
no, it was Circle K. It
oh
was
no,
Circle
Circle
K. It
K,
wasn't.
Circle K. I
Mm.
think 7-Eleven's a little too classy. It was Circle K.
Okay, this
Mhm.
from SGT, which I guess is Sergeant. It says, or Sergeant Nasty, if you will. It says, I wish I could say one positive thing about this club, but I cannot. 1 star.
Oh, nothing positive. Crazy.
This is from Dancer. It says, thanks for nothing. By not protecting me when loser cards players, i.e., Birdman, comes in and fucks up the place. Losers, 1 star.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I didn't really understand it.
I didn't understand that either. There's no point. So yeah, go ahead.
Let's keep moving. This is from XXX Stan XXX. I don't know if he's related to Triple X Beast, but it says, is it me or does the club have a smell to it? There's always a funky smell and it gives me a headache. Also, did anyone else see the whore with the black eye? What the fuck is up with that? Damn. I won't be stopping in for a long ass time. 1 star.
Did you say black eye?
Yeah, black
Mhm.
eye.
Oh, okay. I heard something else, but I'm glad you cleared that up. Glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, a black EYE. Anyway, this is from username Are You Kidding? So after the $12 cover by some dude at the front door who gave me incorrect change, I got worried. How many clubs have a guy working the cash register? This is a first for me. I was not escorted to a seat, nor was anyone really nice once I got there. The nicest guy there looked like a cop. He was polite and answered a question I had. Now, the VIP here is a joke. It is next to the DJ booth, right next to the DJ booth. I'm getting a dance and watching some fat, oily slob shuffle shuffle around. The fucker smelled like polo. No shit. I counted 5 girls there. Four of the girls were Four of the girls were dog ass ugly. I swear to God. They had to suck someone's cock to get the job. The best looking girl was pretty decent from the neck up. It was just kind of sad. 1 star.
That one was actually prolific.
Yeah,
I loved it. Honestly, I loved it.
that was brilliant.
I like the fat woolly slob. It was very, when you're in school and you take a creative writing class, you have to use a lot of words that
You
are
have to use
like,
like imagery and shit.
yeah, I felt like I was there. I felt the imagery of that.
Descriptive words.
Yes, it brought me back to the creative writing. I was like, I can see that fat woolly slob. Like I can vividly see that.
Yeah, I can see him in VIP right next to the DJ booth, and he sees a fat slob while he's trying to enjoy himself. So anyway, next review is from Santa. It says, I've been there before several months ago. It was okay then, but had a really suck ass time this time. Service was very bad, and the dancers were unattractive to say the least. Plus, most seemed pissed off or drugged up. What the fuck? 1 star. So Santa didn't have a good time.
But he
Well,
didn't go during Christmas.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe it was the wrong time of year for Santa.
He went in Christmas in July.
True, this is from LMAO. It says, that's awesome. Nothing says class like strippers stabbing guys in the back. 1 star.
Well, that left me with questions because is he referring to getting stabbed with like a knife or getting stabbed like wait,
Figuratively or
yeah,
literally?
figuratively or literally, because that's important. I don't want to get stabbed, so I need to know like which one he means.
That's, I'm hoping he means figuratively. This next review is from Big Nose. NOSE, it says, "This club stinks. I mean it. There's a strong odor in there, and not from dirty pussy or ass or any other kind of funk. It just has a sewer-like smell in there. 1 star."
Oh, I was wondering what the smell was.
Well, I mean, his name was Big Nose, so of course he's gonna smell everything.
Well, right. I mean, all strip clubs have a smell, right? I feel like they all do.
It
Whether,
normally smells like coochie.
The Badusi
well,
smell.
yeah, but I've learned as we've been doing the strip club reviews weekly, it's more so a sewer smell than dirty coochie smell. That's what people. It's more of a shit smell. I've learned.
Yeah, it's like a waft coming out of the men's bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. It's not the smell you think. It doesn't smell like fish. It's usually a shit smell.
True. Though there has been instances of fish as well, occasionally.
Oh yeah, I think Gigi Dancer brought the fish smell, right? I'm pretty sure it was
I
Gigi.
mean, GJ,
She brought all the smells, George.
yeah, the shit and the fish. Like,
Yeah, she was just the bringer of the sewage smells to the strip club.
mhm. This is from Wander. It says a metal detector upon walking in. Seriously, that says it all. 1 star.
Oh, do they not do that at all strip clubs?
No.
No.
Oh, they don't? Oh, okay. They probably should.
True. This one's from Helter. It says the person that does the hiring must be blind. No one in their right mind would want these ugly girls taking off their clothes. 1 star.
Can you imagine going to apply for a job at a strip club and it's a blind person that's hiring you?
Shitty as the doorman.
I would die. That would be hilarious. But I mean, you can't discriminate. So, like, if a blind person applied for the job, technically it's
And then the DJ is
is deaf.
David Dangerfield.
Dave Daniels.
No,
No,
David
David
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield from 90
Oh,
Day. He's deaf, right? And he's,
But you definitely long you could feel the vibration, so it's bumping.
yeah.
it'd be a whole bunch of EDM music.
Well, right. He would only play stuff with a really deep bass line, which isn't necessarily what you want to hear all night. So,
True. This is from, oh wait, I think I already read that one. Let's see. The next one's from Jamie. It says, worst strip club I've ever been to, no class whatsoever. Can I get my money back? 1 star.
I love that people go to strip clubs in search of class. I freaking love that.
Hmm. This is from Alex. It says, no reason to go here. Below average girls, yuck. They will put anything in a thong here and try to sell you. Hitler, way better. 1 star.
Wait, Hitler, like the
Or
guy?
I don't know, it says Hilliter. There's some it says
Realtor.
Hiliter. So Hilliter, whatever that is.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Because I thought they were saying that Hitler was better than that. And I was like, I have multiple questions. But okay.
So that was my
No, if it had that word in it, I would have not included that in the
okay,
strip
yeah, I
club
missed an
review.
I in Hilliter, whatever the fuck that.
Okay. I don't even know what that means. But as long as they don't think that that other guy is better, then cool.
Yeah, okay, next review is from Fritter. It says, I went here for the first time in a while. The staff has gone downhill and so have girls. Save yourself the money and don't go.
Yeah. Just save yourself the $35 in singles.
True. So, okay, next review is from Bear. It says, I think I just threw up a little. Fugly, 1 star.
Wait, did you say fugly?
Yeah, fugly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, the next review is from Whatever. And it says, that dude, the white bald DJ was good. The the day DJ fucking sucks, but what you want? There was a hot little shawty blonde bartender who flirted with me a lot. I'd go back to see that ass. The strippers suck, and just 'cause a brother owns the place doesn't mean it can't suck. This place sucks. I will pay for gas to go to the 602 instead of that jacked up joint. Oh yeah, it smells for reals like shit half the time. 1 star.
That one, actually, I would like to see, I could hear as a song. That one was really good.
Hmm. Yeah, that one was good. With I think whoever wrote that was African American, if I'm allowed to say.
They were 100%.
Hmm. Yes.
I would put every dollar I have on that. They were 100% African American. The little shouty at the bar, they were, yeah, absolutely.
I'm brother, manager. Yeah.
True. This is from Amy or no, sorry, Army Ranger. It says, "I wish I could have stayed home." 1 star. And let's see. The next review is from DLJ. It says, "I will never go here again. A waste of time. Dancers reek." 1 star. So it's a lot of smell comments now, I think.
Yeah, you know what's funny? We haven't really gotten like one drug up comment. Like somebody said they were girls were drugged up. It's mostly that they just smell like ass. Like that's mostly the real issue. Nobody's really super high. They just don't wash their ass.
True. Okay, next review is words can't describe how bad this club is. 1 star. The next review is from 1 second. Sorry, the next review is from Oscar. It says, "I must agree 100% with the comments written here. My only complaint before was how loud they play the music. My conclusion is that ordinary girls acting like Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders isn't very encouraging as far as me coming back. I won't. Plus, the aggressive behavior of these bitches is unreal. I had one who continued dancing even though I told her to stop. She made a face because I'd run out of money. 1 star."
Oh. So what does it mean to act like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader? What does that mean? How do they act?
Oh, all high and mighty. I don't
Maybe
know.
uppity or something.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like a stick up your ass.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking.
Wow. I don't think, yeah, this, stick up the ass so it smells like shit in the strip club. That's maybe what happened there.
True. Okay, next review is from Mr. Bean. I don't know if it's like the famous Mr. Bean, but it says, "Out of shape, flabby ass, no manner hose, very aggressive and rude. What the hell? Who hired these bitches?" 1 star.
Aggressive and rude, no manner hose. That also sounds like a song.
And flabby ass.
Oh yeah, and flabby asses. I mean, I'm confused. I thought people liked big asses. Now I'm confused.
Not Mr. Bean. Uh,
Yeah.
Sam says, "Gene is an asshole. Doesn't know how to run a club. My friends and I were there last week, and he was arrogant and rude to all of us. Stay away from this place." 1 star.
Have you ever noticed that no matter who's the manager or the owner of the club, they're always the worst possible manager of owner of the club?
Mhm.
Always Dave Daniels is the worst. Like I don't know. We've never heard anyone say that the manager of the club was doing a good job.
Exactly. Or unless Gina just doesn't pull it because it'll be a 5 star review. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Why would, like, I can't
that's
put,
true.
the manager was great to us. He provided excellent VIP services, blah, 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 because that would just be fucking boring.
But I'm just curious, are there actual good strip club managers or are they all shitty? Like I'm just curious.
Oh no, I tend to overpass the 5 star, like the 5 stars. So I don't know.
Well, that makes sense. We can't read 5-star reviews here. Then what will we be doing?
Mhm.
Okay, this is from Pilgrim. It says their best dancers are fours to most clubs. Ugliest dancers. I think I saw Bullet Wounds. It was like a Bosnian strip club. And Prego chicks? What the fuck? 1 star.
Bullet wounds? I think that's the first time that we've heard that before.
Bullet wounds and Prego. Like, how
Yeah,
did you survive?
I don't think we've ever heard that. Like we've heard C-section scars,
Mhm.
like we've heard black eyes, but we've never heard bullet wounds. That's like a first.
True. Benny says this place was okay. Probably not the worst in town. Definitely not the best. But their drink prices are insane. $50 for two top shelf drinks. What the fuck? I can't afford this place. 1 star.
Wow, that is expensive.
True. This is from Sexy Dancer. It says Patrick is okay, but neither he nor Jean are good managers. The girls are stuck up and rude. Lots of big girls. House fees and door fees are rip off. they take money for everything. The stage sucks. Go to a different club if you want to be respected. Money's okay if you don't mind being treated like trash to get it. 2 stars.
Damn.
All right, next review is from Wealth. It says, I'm from out of town and I checked this place out. Wow, is the quality of the dancers in AZ. Sorry. Wow, is this the quality of dancers in Arizona? I was laughing at the dogs on parade. The theme song here is Who Let the Dogs Out? 1 star.
Wow.
Okay, the next review is from Dude. It says, they should make a shirt saying, quote, I went to Sonny's and all I got was AIDS in this shirt. 1 star.
Not AIDS. Not AIDS. Jeez. Not even an STD. They went straight to AIDS.
That's some crappy merch. TC says,
This one has the N word in it, by the way.
oh, let me look at it in advance real quick. Okay, I'm gonna like okay. Trash club, tons of white trash. The dr I'm about to say N-word. And oh, he even says sorry, this even has like derogatory terms for like Mexicans. So okay, trash club, lots of white trash, N-word, and then a derogatory term for Mexicans, which I'm not gonna say. Lots of poor motherfuckers go in there and don't spend a dime and want to be treated like celebrities. I just don't get it. I mean, people keep their feet on the stage like it's an old country bar or their house. Such trash. Be there. I've been there a dozen times and it gets worse and worse. Tonight was my last visit, but yet he put 5 stars. So I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
That's weird and a little racist. But yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
it's
didn't
five
even, I
stars.
didn't even read
I
half.
never knew that other one was a derogatory term towards Hispanic or Latinos.
Yeah, it was.
Wait,
Okay.
type it in the group chat because I think I know what the words you're saying, but I ain't saying it out loud. I'm not gonna get caught. I ain't getting caught up.
Gina, can you type it because it'll lose my
I'll
point.
just do a screenshot of it and send it to the group chat.
I think I know what it is, but ain't
It
no way
starts
I'm
with a
saying it.
W. It's like 2 words, a W word, and then a B word.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of starts with a B.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're thinking of.
Yeah. So no, I don't know what it is. So I'll just wait.
Okay, yeah, Gina send it because I'll lose my place. Um, okay. Okay, I'll keep going. This one says, fuck this shithole is a username. It says, I can't believe guys actually pay to go to this club, and the girls look like skank. They're not worth throwing your money away. 1 star.
I know that word. Those were I've seen that before.
Yeah, now you understand why I didn't read it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
True. Okay. Next review is from Grasshopper. It says, the worst club I've ever been to. I wish I would have read the reviews first. Stay away, expensive and tons of ugly dancers. It's hard to get a drink. Poor service. 1 star.
It is hard to get a drink. When you walk up to the bar at a strip club, you're going to be waiting for a while. I agree with that.
Mhm. All right. Let's see. This is from Bad Times. Horrible smell and expensive drinks and shitty service. Also, fatties galore. 1 star. Then this is from Captain Kirk. It says, inside, the bouncers are full of themselves. The club is more about the managers and bouncers than the patrons or the girls. Must be they are gay. 2 stars.
Oh.
I had to add that in because I was just like, oh, maybe Captain's going to come tonight. So,
Mhm.
Captain John Luke, Captain Kirk. Yeah, that's why.
True, this is from Strippers and S. It says, so a shooting, a stabbing, drug deals, and ugly girls. Sweet, this place rocks, huh? 1 star.
There you go, George. You wanted your drugs. There
Maybe
it
the
is.
stabbing in the back was literal.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the stabbing really happened because the shooting happened too. So, yeah, I needed
And
to
they've
know
got
that.
metal detectors.
I mean, maybe now after the stabbing and the shooting, they had to. You can't be too
Uh,
careful. Can't be too careful of people getting stabbed and shot in your club.
this is from John. It says, this club is the worst club ever. It used to be good and have hot girls. Gene is a horrible manager. He's running the club and the girls in the ground. Step aside and let someone who knows how to run a club turn it into a gold mine. Get rid of all the nasty fat chicks. No matter where you're from, you don't come to pay for or see fat chicks. They don't belong on stage naked. 1 star.
I mean, that's a little discriminatory. I feel like there should be a representation of all types
Hmm.
at the club. Not everybody is into super skinny. Some people like thick and some people like fat. So, I think that's a little close-minded.
Hmm. This is from Hugo. It says ugly, rude bartenders, fat, maybe pregnant girls, ghetto customers, expensive cover, weak, pricey drinks. What the fuck? Worst club in Arizona. 1 star.
Wow.
This is from Tampon. It says report card F minus in all aspects. 1 star.
He said F minus. Oh my God.
And their username was Tampon. Let's see. It says from Bo. It says bad service, overweight girls, high cover, $10 expensive watered down drinks. 1 star.
Also, they're watering down the drinks too. We've heard that before.
Mhm. And this is from Ran Out. It says pushy dancers averaging only a 4. Hoes wanting big VIP money. No fun in the main lounge. This club needs to be completely reworked. 2 stars. This one says bad, and the smell from the sewer is rotten. 1 star.
It's always a sewage smell. And it can't just be a plumbing issue at every strip club in the world. It has to be something deeper.
Hmm. This is from Letdown. It says a stabbing. It says a stabbing. I guess the owners are looking to get shut down. Sheriff Joe needs to get on this. 1 star. So yeah, it's definitely a real stabbing.
See, now Gina, I know that we ask a lot of you, but I would love it if you could find the news report for whoever got stabbed there.
Hmm.
All right, this is okay. I think that batch of 20 is done. I think we're down. Are we down to like one or something?
No, we're down to I saved the funnier ones for last. I just have to locate them. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves quickly while I try to locate
Okay, well, I
them.
have one extra, and then if you find others, send them. Okay, here's one extra. It says it's from 21 2 men. It says, I wish we were warned about how messed up of a club this was. So here's your warning. 1 star. Okay,
I
G
found them.
okay, yeah,
I
G
found them.
so we're down to the last five.
Oh, I thought we had like another 20.
So we already went through like
Mm,
40.
yeah,
Oh, we did already. Oh, okay.
yeah. That's why I said they were like short one sentences.
Mhm. Okay,
They
ready
were
for the
good though. They were good. I'm very satisfied with these.
yeah, it was good to bust through them. So we're down. I think we're down to the last five. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, this is from Leon or Leone. It doesn't, I guess it doesn't really matter. It says they should call this place, quote, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The service is bad, the girls are ugly, and the good is when you leave. 1 star.
Wow.
That was great.
That was actually a song. I could hear that as a song.
True. This is from, wait, hold on. Give me a sec. Okay, this is from Bond, James Bond. It says, wow, I got a dance from this chick and she smelled. I mean, she really smelled bad or horrible. Her breath stank. Her body had a horrible, ripe odor. I didn't even want her to finish. I'm not going to be a repeat customer. 1 star.
Wow. Ripe body smell. Okay.
Mm. This is from Giants. It says, why is it so hard to believe that this place sucks? Don't believe me. Go in and see for yourself. You'll have more fun at the dentist's office. 1 star.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Hmm. At least at the dentist's office, you'll get some oral. Oh,
Oh,
anyway,
that was actually excellent. Yeah, at least you get some oral action at the dentist office.
true.
And
Okay.
and you'll feel cleaner after instead of
And you won't
dirtier.
get STD, hopefully.
Well, depending on where your dentist is located,
Yeah,
but yeah.
depending on the dentist. Um, okay, this is from Ronaldo. It says, piss poor. I've seen McDonald's ran better by 16-year-old acne face high school kids. 1 star.
Well, geez, they were coming straight for the manager.
Mhm. All right, I think we're down to the last review. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, this is from the username Not Happy. It says, the theme song here is, quote, Where the Buffalo Roam. Owner or manager must love fat chicks in thongs. This place is disgusting. 1 star.
Wow, disgusting.
And that concludes our strip club reviews. Thank you, Gina, for the both quality and quantity.
Yeah, you did a great job, Gina. Lots of good, amazing songs and prolific strip club reviews. They really, a few of them really got me. They touched me in a place that I didn't know they were gonna touch me.
Like a virgin touched for the very first time.
Yes, yes, I felt fondled. It was great.
So
Hmm.
they are still open. I posted the pictures on Patreon. I couldn't find the news article of the 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 unforeseen circumstance, the shooting, but I'll try looking. But I quickly tried to search for it. So
All right. I know that the one time it took you like a while to find it. I remember we had the one strip club, but there was an actual shooting that people kept talking about, but you
Hmm.
eventually found it. I remember that.
True. I'm looking at like the live chat and there's a lot of laughing emojis.
Yeah, tonight's was really good. The strip club reviews were amazing. A lot
Amberlee,
of
there's a Sonic across the street from it.
Amberlee says dogs on parade. That's funny. Um,
oh,
Oh, and there's that Circle K. I see that Circle K.
is it like around the corner or like across the
Pretty
street?
much. Yeah, I'll
that's where they
post
go
it.
afterwards to like hook up with patrons.
Well, yeah, you go to Sonic and you get a burger, and then you go to Circle K and you charge $10 for a blowjob.
Hmm.
Lot Lizard.
True. Yeah, I'm just looking at the photos in like Patreon. From the outside, it looks like a Scientology building or some shit.
The Church of Strip, the Church of Strip Club.
Hold on, it says I'm not logged into Patreon, so I can't see it yet. Hold on. Logging in now. I didn't realize the pictures were up.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Wait, is there like a baby picture here? Oh, I this is the Instagram.
I wonder what quick. I'm looking at the map. I wonder what quick trip is. Oh, is that like a gas station? Never mind.
Yeah, it's the gas station. Quick
Okay.
Trip.
I thought quick trip was where you go for like a quickie or something.
Mhm.
No,
That's what the Circle K is for.
there's actually a gas station because I've seen it online called Come and Go, and it's spelled
Hmm.
CUMNGO. And I can't imagine how many times that was mistaken for a brothel or a whorehouse, right? I can't imagine, but I'm sure it has been.
Well, I'm looking at their website. The girls are pretty cute.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures of the girls and
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not saying I would not go there. I'm not gonna say that.
But
I'm
I feel like what's on the website and what you run into.
Yeah, the quality. Yeah.
Yeah, these girls probably have danced there at one point, but don't dance there anymore, but they have their pictures up on the website.
So in a private room, it's free songs for $100, and VIP semi-private room, 30 minutes for 275.
Hmm.
The inside is actually much nicer because I looked at the outside of the building and it looks kind of raggedy, but the
Yeah, the
inside
inside looks pretty nice.
it does. Honestly, I'm a little impressed. And actually, the pictures of the girls, I don't see these big, random, huge girls that they're
No, some
referring.
bullet holes and pregnant women.
Yeah, like I don't see it at all. So I have questions on that too. So yeah.
Hmm. True. Well, it is 1:36 a.m. on a
Oh,
non-streaming
they
day.
have food too. Join us for today on March 20th for a free street taco buffet. Fuck yeah.
True. Yeah. Well, Arizona's known for their hot women because it's a warm weather state, so everyone's outside and active with a tan and stuff. So
Yeah, everyone's out jogging and staying in shape and they're tanned and they're getting their hair is nice and crisp and what do you call it when you go out in the sun and your hair looks healthier? I don't remember now. I can't remember what people say. But yeah, it's not it's kind of too hard to be overweight in states like that because you know the bigger you are, the hotter you run. So like you can't really be like super big in Arizona. You'll never make it. You'll pass out.
hmm. Oh, and Ty says yes, yes, she has seen one of those come and go places before.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Because I remember I saw a picture of
Mhm.
one online and I was like, oh, that's got to be like Photoshop. There's nothing called come and go. And then they spelled it CUM. I was like, that's not real. And then I saw one in real life and I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God. I bet you any money people have pulled in there thinking that it was something else.
Did you take a picture with the sign?
No, this was like back in the day when I saw it. So no, I wasn't cool enough to think of that at the moment.
Mhm.
I don't remember what state I was in though, but I want to say maybe Tennessee, but I don't remember.
True. Well, if you're ever in Knoxville, you got to go to freaking what's that place I went to, Gina? The Mouse's Ear.
Wait, you went there?
Yeah,
Did we talk about it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But my experience wasn't good because I went on like a Monday night and it was just like me, my friend, and then there's like two like I don't know if they were like Google employees, but they were like rich nerds, like and they were like throwing a lot of money, but there were only like two girls there, I think, and it was dead as fuck. So
Well, it was a Monday night, you know, so it could have just been not the right night to go. I can't imagine the girls who dance on a Monday night are the same girls that would dance on a Friday night. So probably.
yeah. So anyway, it's almost 1:40 a.m. Eastern time. So
Yeah, it's much earlier on the West Coast. I'm jealous of them.
yeah,
1040.
Yeah, I'm jealous of you guys. You get so much more time.
but I think we hit all the bases. We had a good show. I think we did a good job as a moral of the story.
We
Yeah,
did. I really enjoyed tonight's episode.
it's a good show. I was finally back. I've been out of pocket for a while, but I'm finally back. It was nice to be back and do the show again. I missed you guys.
Yeah, and if you're wondering where JLP is, I think she's at the casino.
Yes, JLP is at the casino living her best life. And you know, you guys all know I love to gamble, so I'm very envious of her life right now.
True. So let's see the live chat. Like, let's give a shout out to our live listeners. And yeah, I haven't seen the Rastafarian back, which is good. Anyway, that's like an inside joke at this point. Amber, shout out to Amberlee, Angelica, Cocoa Puff, Lana, Pineapple Girl, Sherry, who laughs at everything I say, Sophia, the stripper, who's hot, and Ty. Oh, by the way, who did you meet in person?
Oh, her name is
Oh,
Kanton.
yeah, I can't.
And
Yeah,
she's a
she was here earlier.
yeah, she was here earlier. Yeah, so I was in ATL and actually she had messaged me like a couple months ago and she's like, "Hey, you're in ATL a lot. I'm in ATL if you want to stop by." She works at, I'm not going to say where, but she works at this place and she was like, "You should come in and I'll hook you up." It's like a crumble cookie place, but it's not. So
Mhm.
I was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to drive up there." And it was in Sandy Springs or Buckhead or whatever. It was like and I was already in the area and I was just like, "Let me just go up there and meet her." And it was so funny because I walked in and she's like, "Oh my God, George is here." And she like freaked out. It was just hilarious. But yeah, it was crazy because she was like, "It's so weird to hear your voice in person because I listened to it on my phone or wherever." So it was like she's just like, "It's so weird that you're standing right here because I can hear your voice, I recognize it, and it's like I know you, but I don't, you know."
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad we got to hear the story because I didn't know those details.
Oh yeah, she messaged me and she was just like, "Well, I tried to make it happen like a couple of times before. You know, I'm in an ATL every other week, so I tried to make it happen like a couple months ago, and then something happened where we were on our way there, and then something went down, and then we had to turn around and go somewhere else. So yeah, I finally made it happen, and she's
Mhm.
so cool. And one thing I love about our listeners is y'all are all people that I would hang out with in real life. Y'all are like so cool. So I can't wait to find other people in the area so we can all get together and just hang out.
True. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna meet her at the Backstreet Boys concert in July.
She told me. She told me. And I know that there's something planned in Vegas in July, so I might be there too. So we might all be hanging out.
Oh my God, give me your black card before you get incarcerated.
Yeah, you know me. I'm gonna get drunk and act a fool. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna be there. And I'm almost positive I'm gonna be there. I just don't know if the dates are gonna align, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I'll make sure you have an air tag on you and I won't leave you behind.
Well, it would be impossible to leave me behind. I'll be the loudest, most belligerent person in the area. You could never
Mm.
forget me.
And then by the way, George, if you're gonna move to the ATL, then you gotta go to that restaurant I recommended to you a while ago, the fancy restaurant. It's called like Kimball House. You gotta check out that spot.
Oh, definitely. Definitely I will. And I'm gonna be going to Magic City soon too, and I'll tell you guys all about it. The big infamous strip club in ATL. It's on my list.
Mhm.
Actually, I was supposed to go and again something happened, but it's on my list. It's gonna happen, and then I'll do a live strip club review because it's like the big strip club in ATL.
Yeah, it's very famous in pop culture.
Well, yeah, if you listen to rap music, every rapper in the world has either been to Magic City or they mention Magic City in their song. So yeah, I have to just go and see what the hype is about.
Hmm. All right, well, it's almost 1:45 a.m. So should I do my outro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's time, you guys.
All right, y'all. It was great catching up since it's been a minute. And I guess I'll do my outro now. Thank you to all of our supporters. Thank you everybody for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a
On a Friday.
Friday.
slash Saturday. Peace out, everybody.
Good
Peace out,
night.
everybody.
All right, hold on. I gotta figure out where the end meeting button is. Okay, there it is. All right, bye y'all.
Peace out, everybody.